Stop by for the Nintenbyte. You got the Triforce and it feels right. Like Bowser, you can listen all night, singing peaches until the sun lights. Summer shoots her beam so bright. Master Hand always brings a fight. Catch 'em all and use that fire blast. Put the sword back to visit your past. Welcome to the Nintenbyte Podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Nintenbyte Podcast. We got a Triforce here tonight, although we will have a fourth member. Mike Odyssey will be joining us a little bit later in the show. Eric would just like to say he is sorry he couldn't make the show today. He is sick. That's it. He's just sick. That is what it is. We got to push on though, because this is a big week. There's some big stuff this week. You guys just thought it was an investors meeting. We're just gonna get some sales data. Nothing else is happening. Nothing else going on. We got a lot to talk about. Let's go around the room, introduce who we got here. Nintendo Talk is back after a week off. How's it going, buddy?
Yes, it's going good. I'm sad I missed, dude. Freaking Stash was dressed up as a cowboy. Dude, I missed a lot, man. Happy to be here, though. Happy to be talking about games.
We missed the Scooby-Doo costume over there, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whoa. Hold on. Hey, mute YouTube. Yeah, I missed the Scooby-Doo costume. Like, yeah, on the show anyways. I still saw it on your channel. But I'm like, come on, man. That's all right. That's all right. So yeah, happy to have you back, man. Rocking the Spider-Man shirt today. Hell yeah. We got Thunderstash back as always.
Yeah, what's up? I'm excited for this week. It's been a busy week. So many video games to play. I just beat the Retro Realms. Halloween and Ash vs. Evil Dead today. Was literally working on that review right before this. So yeah, action-packed. And then tomorrow. Brothers are back.
Mario Luigi. Let's go.
For that too. Find out.
Isn't that the 5 out of 10 game?
Yeah. Apparently, you know what? It was funny. Someone posted on Twitter like, "Hey, so IGN USA gave it a 5. Another IGN gave it a 7.5 in another country, and then another country IGN gave it a 9." So
it's so weird.
You know, it all comes down to who's reviewing the game, right? Ultimately, that's why you got to look at multiple reviews.
Mm-hmm.
It's like buying any other product, right?
Oh, yeah. It really is. You guys know who I'm at this point, host of the show, Nintendo Prime. So yeah, we got some banger topics today. And you know what? Let's have let me see. We have 3 of us, so we'll get these topics split up. We got 4 topics. Stash, which topic you want to take first?
I will take the Nintendo sales data.
There we go. The first stuff we got this week, official from Nintendo on Tuesday, the sales data. There's some interesting stuff in there. I'll go next because kind of building off the sales data comes the Switch 2 news, baby.
Let's go.
By the way, there's a lot of news in there. And by the way, there's even like a new data mine news. I don't know what's happening, but Switch 2, baby. Nintendo's getting ready. They're getting ready. I'm excited. Next up, I guess, would be Nintendo Talk. What do you got here?
So I'm going to do the dealer's choice. So there's an I won't spoil it, but there's an interesting topic that may be pointing to a Nintendo Direct about Switch 1, not Switch 2. Switch 1 Direct in February. So we'll talk about that.
I'm excited about that. All right, Stash, bring us home. What were we doing last year?
Last, we're going to recap just how amazing the Switch has been.
Oh, man, we get to reminisce.
Yep.
It's almost 8 years.
Which is crazy.
Dude.
Time's flying.
Dude, I was 30 when this thing came out. Now I'm an old man.
Yeah, I was in my early 30s. Now I'm almost 40.
What happened? Lots happened in 8 years. All right. Well, let's go ahead and hop right into our first topic. And I believe that was Stash. What are we doing, man?
All right. We're going to start off with these numbers. And if you haven't seen it yet, you're going to see it now. because I'm gonna pull up the fiscal report here. So let
Oh,
me get this
baby.
pulled up.
Ready. I didn't even link the fiscal report to the document. Oh man, I was in such a rush to try to get these topics in. All right, here we go. It's coming in hot. Fiscal
All
report.
right,
There we go.
here we go. Now we're not gonna go over every single page in detail, but there is a lot of good information here.
A lot of good information.
Consolidated financial highlights. All right. So some of this stuff's not super interesting on this first page because it almost reads like a business tax return. Talking about the operating profit, the ordinary, the net profit. We'll go to the next page. We'll make this a little bit smaller. And we'll keep scrolling here. Current state of the Switch. This is a more detailed overview of the fiscal year's business situation. So, updated numbers. 146 million Nintendo Switch units,
Damn.
which is wild.
Oh, one
Now,
you guaranteed this fiscal year, that's for sure. I love it.
I think so too, because we all know that Nintendo's bread and butter is Q4 always since we were
Calendar Q4, yeah.
1.3 billion software sales is insane, dude.
Consider this. Nintendo
Yeah.
has never crossed $1 billion ever, and now they're just 300 million past that.
Yeah.
Billion. The Wii U, like what the best performing game was like what 7 million? Mario Kart, probably.
Yeah, something like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely bonkers. 1.3 billion units. And I believe the attach rate is about, it's almost 9, if I recall. If you guys saw that too, I think Paul Gale posted it. It's around 9 software units
Wow.
per each console owner. Here's your annual players. Nintendo Switch users, from children to seniors. Many people worldwide are playing the Switch. So they got 127 million people currently playing their Switch. So this is kind of interesting if you think about it,
Wow.
right? So 146 million Switches sold, with 127 million of them playing them. What are those other people doing?
Extra systems. Yeah, people buy more than one.
You think 19 million of those though?
I didn't think this number was going to be that high, to
Like,
be honest.
I think it's high too. Like, I agree with you. I'm just curious what's going on with those other people.
I think a lot of
They
people do
quit?
buy more than one system. I mean, I know I've bought more than one. Not everyone plays on all of them. It could also just be some people. I know there's some people that do a system for portable, system for at home, and they use the same account on both. So that would be considered one active user, but using 2 Switches. So, like, I think if you just kind of combine all the different scenarios together, plus you got to figure there's a number of Switches that broke and don't work anymore.
I thought about that part.
Yeah, so if you kind of consider it all together, I think that leads to us being in a situation where I kind of think it makes like 127 million active. There's also just people who stop playing Switch too. It's just collecting dust, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 127 million active
Well,
in year
they said right here, they defined it as people who have played Switch at least once in the past year. So in the past 12 months.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Yeah. Maybe people didn't log in.
Mike Odyssey is now joining the podcast.
What's up,
Welcome
Mike?
aboard, buddy.
Maybe people beat Tears of the Kingdom and then, put the Switch back down. Who knows?
Yeah, dude, that's still 127 million active.
That's awesome.
So we got a nice little graphic here of what the holiday season is going to look like, which we've known this, right?
Yeah.
We've known this for some time, but again, it's a nice little graphic kind of painting that picture. And, if I didn't own a Switch, I would be very happy to see one of these right here under the tree. The Mario Kart 8 one looks very nice. There's some nice console box art there.
I need them all.
It's funny they don't have Alarmo on there.
Yeah, the Alarmo is not mentioned anywhere in any of their documents.
It's actually...
Yeah, it's mentioned in one of the documents, like the original one. Is this the translated one?
This is a fiscal report.
The fiscal report one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw Alarmo in a list of things that they were mentioning along with a list of games, and then listed as other was Alarmo.
Oh yeah. Talking about like products they've released. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's funny. I mean, later we're gonna get to a different topic when we get into the where they recap like the life of Nintendo and how healthy they're doing.
Mhm.
They literally don't mention Alarmo as a product they're even caring about.
That's kind of alarming, don't you?
Yeah, I'm okay. Alarmo, kind of alarm. Yeah, the kind of thinking the sales might not be that impressive. Nintendo might kind of just skirting over that one a bit. Anyways, this is about this is obviously before Alarmo came out. This data, so
I'm sure they listed somewhere in this report, but I'm wondering how many of those active players have Nintendo Switch Online. I think that'd be super interesting.
yeah, 34 million. We know that. That's in a different.
Damn. Okay.
Which is technically down from their last report. They were at like 36, I think, last time.
But dude, times the monthly price. That's awesome.
And well, you also think about the 34 million. The big thing that I take away from that as well is like, yeah, the numbers went down a little bit. They've released no big multiplayer game this year, which is the number one driver for NSO. So to maintain that, I think during this like transition year, that's pretty good.
So we have some highlighted titles here that are releasing from September onward. Dragon Quest 3 HD, super hyped for it. We're almost there. Yeah, I'm very excited. I hope everybody plays this, gives it a chance.
My first Dragon Quest. It's happening.
Yeah, you said this is your first one?
The first one I'm ever going to play. Yep.
Holy shit. That's awesome, man. I'm excited for you. I got to say, like, Dragon Quest 11S is one of my favorite JRPGs of all time. And I've played a lot of JRPGs over the years. It's a damn good game. So I have very high hopes for this. And I think if you like this, Nate, hopefully you'll play 11S when you get time. It's a long game. You're gonna have to chip away at it for a while.
RPGs usually are.
I heard it runs pretty well too. It's really like a really good port.
Yeah, no, it runs very good. Because Dragon Quest 11S was built for the Switch. And then after release on the Switch, it was ported to PS4. And I believe Xbox. I always forget if they get it or not. So yeah, we got that. We got FC25, Yakuza, which, yes, it's an older game, but this is a big deal because this gets Yakuza on Nintendo, which will get it then on Switch too. I expect the other games, I'm sure you guys do too as well, to finally hit Nintendo's consoles. And I actually have this pre-ordered through Limited Run, the physical edition. That baby's going to be rare. Bet you anything. Sword Art Online. I've heard good things about it. I don't play it. Sonic Shadow Generations. I'm actually playing that right now for review. That's been great. Lego Horizon Adventures. Have you guys heard anything about any impressions?
I don't know, on Lego Horizon?
Yeah. Because I have. I've heard.
Yeah, I saw a couple previews of it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, the previews have said that this is the best Lego game they've played in years, possibly decades.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I think it's all credit to the IP because Horizon is a really, really good franchise. I played both of them on PlayStation 5 and I love it. So I'm pretty sure that maybe what they came up with for this Lego game. First, Lego is a really good company. They've done well making games on Switch. And second, the IP, when you put them together, I think the winning formula, and it also brings a PS IP to Nintendo, which is
which is great. And I think it'll be, obviously I want to see it sell well for a variety of reasons, right? We all do. Because this could be a future relationship going forward, right? But also, I don't know. Have we ever seen a video game IP, a known video game IP, be so successful that they decide to make a Lego game based on a video game IP? I know we see it with movies, and You know, that's sort of multimedia, but I don't know if we've seen it with a video game. Like to have a parody Lego game made.
I'm still waiting for Lego Mario.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It's
This
so
is
cool.
where I'm getting at is that hey, if this is successful, this could be a blueprint, right? For other developers to say, hey, maybe we do this. I mean, shoot, we already have Lego products, and Horizon does have Lego products.
Like a Crash Bandicoot Lego game. I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, man. I think there's good opportunities here. And I think a lot of developers are probably going to be watching these sales on this very closely.
Yeah. And because it's actually a very good point, because the Lego Horizon toy came before this game was ever announced. And I saw it. I'm not sure when it was released, but then we also have Lego Mario out there. You know, there's a lot of Lego little pieces out there. Even Legos. I would love to see Lego Zelda. That would be awesome.
Lego Animal Crossing.
Lego Animal Crossing is already out there too. So, you know.
How do we feel about this being the sort of like holiday third party? Because like I feel like you have some good ones like Sonic and some RPGs, but in my opinion, I feel like it's a little weak.
But and you know, on their point, at the life cycle we are now, we're at what 8 now, going on to 9 years. Is where are we in
7 years? Going to be 8 in March,
right? I think it's accurate. You know what I mean? I mean,
yeah.
It's toward the end, and I think they're just taking advantage now of the base that we have now for these games, and I think they're saving the best for Switch 2.
I do too.
A lot of this are Yakuza is a port, right? It's an older game.
Oh yeah, it's an older game. It came out years ago.
Yeah, like Rebrush is a port. Dragon Quest is another port, right? Or is this a new game?
Dragon Quest 3 HD is new.
Is a remake of the game, right?
Yeah,
it's a HD.
It's a remake of an NES game. So I mean, it's completely new. But yeah, that's coming to all platforms.
Yeah,
and there's more to come. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 are going to be coming next in one package.
I'm excited for what's coming, because this is third party. We're looking at third party stuff, but when it comes to first party, Nintendo actually said that they're still waiting. They're planning on bringing more new releases for this year and next year. So I'm expecting a lot more ports too.
Yeah, and you know, there's more games than this coming. This is just what they highlight it. But yeah, like
plus you got indies and
exactly. You know, am I hyped for Fit Boxing? No, I'm not. You know, I'm surprised they don't put Little Mac in there, right? At least get throw a little Punch Out reference in there. It might actually help sell some more units.
That'd be awesome.
But yeah, Epic Mickey Rebrushed. You know, I played it on the Wii back in the day, and it was decent. But I'm not going to be brushing up on that again. Ace Attorney.
See it.
Ace Attorney collection. People love Ace Attorney.
Yep, that's
but
big.
Again, you know, all these games here, nearly like Dragon Quest. Yeah, it's a remake. Sonic Shadow Generations is a remake, but it's kind of like what Super Mario 3D World, right? It's like that Bowser's Fury expansion kind of thing because you have Shadow. Epic Mickey remake. Ace Attorney's a collection. Romancing Saga 2 is a remake. Just Dance is a remake of 2024, and 2024 was a remake of 2023.
Yeah, and the same goes with FC25, which is a remake of FC24.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
It's expected. I mean, like Mike said, it's pretty late, you know, in the life cycle. But
yeah, but I am excited for the first party games because that little comment. I'm not sure if you got. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Maybe I haven't gotten there yet. But the first party games and the comment that they made there in this about the lineup for the holiday season and well into 2025 on software. Did you cover that already?
The 2025 software?
Yeah, the comment that's on there about Nintendo's lineup of this and 2025, like how they plan on supporting Switch through the holiday and in 2025.
Not quite. I think we're getting into that right now, though.
Okay. That is a solid graphic.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
There you go. This is
great.
you got the Atelier series. We have another entry. These games are really popular.
Mm-hmm.
Very
It's funny to see
popular.
it's funny to see Hello Kitty there after being on Apple TV for like what 5 years now.
Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD remake. Again, super hype for that.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's pronounced Suikoden.
Mm-hmm.
I like to call it Suikoden because
Yeah,
that's what I always called it.
Yeah, me too.
I don't feel comfortable calling it Suikoden. I don't know why.
I call it Hadouken.
Yeah, I just feel like, you know, if I'm keeping it real, I call it Suikoden. I'm gonna just keep calling it that. But hey, I will say I'm really excited for this game, guys. If you try and pick this up right now on eBay on PS1, where it actually comes in the case, it's gonna be a couple $100. And you're gonna have long load times. Okay. I mean, we're talking about PS1 era. Let's not forget the load times we had. So to get this fully remade in HD, getting that nice HD 2D treatment, I'm really excited for this game. If you look at the top, like if you were to Google the top PS1 RPGs of all time, this is always on the list. And sometimes it's number one. So, and you guys know that PS1 had some of the best JRPGs of all time.
Yeah.
I would almost say, you know, Super Nintendo, PS1, and now Switch is there too, because they just have every freaking JRPG imaginable, plus remakes. So yeah, really cool. That's a big one. That's going to be a lot of hours of gameplay. Sure. Hello Kitty. Great. Whatever. Rune Factory. Again, Rune Factory has been around for a long time. And
That's looking good, that game.
I've never played it. I had an employee when I worked in the restaurant business, and I still remember his name. His name was Troy. And guys, this is the Nintendo DS era. He was playing the first Rune Factory on DS. I remember him sitting at a table playing this on his break. And, you know, he's a big gamer around with gamers. We always talk video games, obviously. And he was addicted to Rune Factory, addicted to it. So, I still remember that. God, you know, 20 years later, I still remember that fine detail. So maybe one day I'll check it out. Pokemon Legends.
Za.
AZ, Arizona edition, right? Yeah, so
huge.
Obviously, yeah, that's going to be massive. It seems like things have died down with the leak as far as it being talked about. And I feel like when I go on Twitter, I'm like playing Minesweeper and I'm trying to avoid anything. I feel like I haven't seen anything. What about you guys?
I haven't. One bit.
I mean, Central Leagues is still at it. It's just I think what it is like we're getting kind of used to it. Like it just keeps happening. So like there was like 40 more gigs that were released like last week, and it's like okay, like that's cool. But I think a lot of the stuff that people mostly care about, like isn't really. I don't think that anything, because like the things that people mostly care about at this point are just on the new games, and right now the source code hasn't leaked yet for ZA or for Gen 10. Supposedly they will be. I guess the leaker said he is going to be putting the source code out. Not a surprise.
Yeah,
he said he wouldn't do it. It's like, yeah, okay, you're going to do it eventually. You just
like weren't they limiting what they were talking about with the new game? Like they were fine with the older stuff, but
yeah. So now it's kind of like, don't be surprised unless they catch them if that crap gets out.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, like, you know, look, they're just, it's art assets, it's ideas. Like, okay, at some point, it's like, you know, you see so much of it, it's kind of overwhelming, and then you just kind of ignore it.
Yeah, I hear on that. DK Country returns high definition.
That's like the 7th port, right?
HD, baby.
Yeah, dude, that was ported on the 3DS.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it's been around the block.
Yeah.
This November actually, is Donkey Kong Country's 30th anniversary.
Yep.
And you know, I thought it would have made sense to release in November for its 30th anniversary.
Yeah.
But of course, we have other games, and they got to spread games out throughout the calendar. So I think that's why we're getting it though right now as well, is because it's right there. It's very close to that 30th anniversary, and
also that rumored DK game get moved to Switch 2.
Yeah.
I think it's three things. One thing, they're letting us know they haven't forgotten about Donkey Kong. Second, they need a space a filler in there for January. Third, money.
It's always money. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they don't release things to not make money.
This just seems like the laziest way to do it, though. Like, it's a great game, but
It's like the third time.
yeah.
Like Tropical Freeze, I understood why. This one, I'm not so sure we needed this one to come back, but all right.
Yeah, but this is the complete edition.
Oh, I know.
Because it has the 3DS levels.
The 3DS levels.
I got my thoughts on that. I got my thoughts on that. Once you get there, I got my thoughts on that.
Yeah, I'd like to play it again, to be honest with you, with standard controls, but I don't know that I can support the price of it, the idea of it. Can I afford to buy it? Yes, but
it costs more
the
than the original releases. No.
Yeah, it's just the principle of it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we need to be.
Tropical Freeze was like that too.
In Unity.
Yeah, Tropical Freeze was like that. And I didn't buy Tropical Freeze on Switch because
me neither.
I own it, but I didn't buy it till it was $29.99.
Oh, there you go.
So I was like, there's no way I'm buying it at 60. Ain't no way.
No way.
Civ 7.
Yes.
Nate, you're gonna play that, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna play the hell out of it. I'm probably gonna play it on PC though, to be honest. It's a
Yeah.
strategy game. Felt like it's always best on mouse and keyboard. Technically, I think I tested it out. Mouse and keyboard does work on the Switch version of Civ 6. But obviously, like, the frame rates are pretty bad. So chances are I'll play it on PC. If it happens to have a Switch 2 version and it runs well, I might attempt that as like a mouse keyboard review of playing that kind of game on a Switch 2 on TV.
Might be interesting.
But I'm not like, look, 6 already runs a bit rough. So like 7, I don't expect it to run much better.
Feels a little uncivilized, huh?
Yeah, kind of feels like like it's a Switch 2 game that maybe they're bringing to Switch just because it has got the big audience.
I think so.
Is there an over under on dad jokes? I think it should be 30.
It's all I got, man.
Over under 30.
Xenoblade. Obviously, we're all hyped about this, right? Is everyone excited?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're all going to be playing it.
I already own it on Wii U. I actually started playing it like 2 months ago, and then
It was amazing to look at on Wii U. I remember playing it on Wii U being like, wow. And I don't even like JRPGs, but this one was good.
Yeah, I miss playing RPGs. I just don't have the time anymore. Still got married and had kids. It's just weird.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Time
Time consuming.
Yeah, very time consuming.
We got Guilty Gear Strive Nintendo Switch Edition. That's what it says, literally. You guys see that?
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that's something. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay.
So making content.
Yeah, that means. So what concessions were made is my question.
Yeah,
right.
Oh, something's not there if they got to specify a specific version.
Yeah, that's exactly my thought, unfortunately. And then Legend of Heroes Trails into the Sky, or Trails in the Sky, another RPG.
Yep.
So a lot of time consuming games, which is, it's good for everyone who just plays Switch. And Metroid Prime 4 Beyond.
Is that an indie game or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
And no one cares about Metroid.
It's like a Dead Cells type.
I don't even know why it's on the list.
Yeah, I think it's a roguelite.
Is it Metroid Prime Bed Bath and Beyond?
Right.
Yeah, that game's gonna be huge. Obviously, still waiting to see if it's cross-gen, but I mean, it's on Switch.
Yeah. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. There we go.
Yeah. So current state of Switch again, it's being played by over 100 million people. They got a steady stream of games coming, and a brief summary.
Read the whole thing. Read the whole thing.
The steady stream of new titles.
Yeah.
Is planned for the holiday season and upcoming year.
Yeah. So basically, Nintendo's going to continue supporting the Switch with a steady stream of new titles in 2025, which is pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
They're
probably going to support it to like 2027, dude.
Yeah, and the thing is that if they were brave enough, well, I'm saying brave enough, they were cool enough to bring Xenoblade Chronicles X over to the Switch, that opens the door to a lot of other titles that people are waiting for, Mario Odyssey, Mario Galaxy 2.
Star Fox Zero.
Exactly. Yeah. Kid Icarus Uprising.
So they give a brief summary here. It said since last fiscal year saw the release of course, Tears of the Kingdom, the Mario movie, Mario Wonder, that they did expect a decrease in sales and profits this year. And I think we all did too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you're going into the 7th holiday and then coming into year 8 here in March. So
yeah.
So that being said, Switch has maintained its momentum, still being played by 100 million people. They say this a lot, from children to seniors.
Yeah. Yeah, from all the way from
for everyone.
From the oldest on this podcast to me.
Yeah, E for everyone.
Senior.
It definitely reminds me of the Wii marketing. You guys obviously remember that and how it was really marketed to everybody.
Yeah.
Was it the Blue Ocean strategy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, we still have a little tradition. We do bowling parties at my house, like my wife and my daughters. We do pizza night and bowling on Wii Sports.
Oh, that's cute.
That's
so we
fun,
kind
man.
of move everything out of the way, and that's our bowling night. We used to go bowling, but we don't have bowling alley here nearby. So we took Wii Sports, and now we have pizza and bowling. Cool.
Yeah, it's fun. It is still a lot of fun, the Wii bowling.
Mm-hmm.
So they said that we'll continue to make the hardware appealing with the steady release. Yes. But they mentioned this, moving away from the traditional dedicated video game platform business cycles we saw in the past.
Mm-hmm.
We intend to maintain the momentum of our business by continuing to engage many people with Nintendo Switch.
Mm-hmm.
It somewhere in here in this 59 pages, I know they mentioned a few things, and I saw it on another video. I think Kit and Krista's video. But the way they worded things really makes you believe that the Nintendo Switch is the brand.
Yeah.
Going forward, and it really is going to be like iterations of it, similar to, I wouldn't say it's going to be like iPhone, but that's the brand, right? For Apple, it's the Apple iPhone. I don't think we're going to get a new one right every year. It's never going to be like that, but this is the fusion, right, of portable and the home consoles. And again, we've talked about this before on the podcast with Nintendo closing down the handheld office, right? The handheld building and moving it all under one roof. I think that was in what would we say, 2014?
They got married.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so this is the future, right? Is this hybrid console?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, there's no going back from this, right? I don't ever see Nintendo saying, "Hey, we're just going to make a home console now," or "Hey, we're just going to make a handheld." Like, this is it. This is the future.
And they know exactly what you're talking about. They talk about it in this this PDF. I think how they used to kind of cater to the base console and handheld, and how they merged both of them. And so because of that, they are able to release so many games. And because of that little graphic, I have a theory that I want to talk about regarding that, because they mentioned a couple of games that are out there. And so I think that we're gonna get a lot of ports in the upcoming year, not only from the Wii U, the ones that are left, but from also 3DS, like they did with Luigi's Mansion 2.
Sure,
a lot of HD versions of 3DS games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so too.
They kind of have like studios like dedicated to porting stuff at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
One thing too, like that the whole Nintendo Switch branding thing. That was one of my huge takeaways from the actual just the fiscal report aspect, not the Switch 2 and all that stuff, but like the actual fiscal report was really treating Switch like it's a brand. Mm-hmm. And Nintendo usually doesn't do that. They usually go, Nintendo's the brand, this is the product. This time around, they're kind of like, no, Nintendo Switch is the brand. It's not Nintendo and then Switch. This is the brand. And that's very much like PlayStation's the brand. Xbox is the brand. Really makes me feel extremely confident, not just on the potential of the next system being called Switch 2, but that like Nintendo doesn't look at this as like, oh, we're just doing this now with the next system. Like, this is what we're doing. We are doing this hybrid forever until people don't want to buy this kind of thing anymore.
Agree.
Yeah.
That's exciting because it also means that we have a consistent direction for Nintendo as well. I know some people prefer when Nintendo's wild and you don't know what they're going to do. They're going to drop a motion control console, VR's being next, streaming stick, dual screens. And Nintendo's like, actually, we found something people want that's nobody's doing better than us, so we're just going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
And I think that just makes sense. Nintendo likes making money.
It's exciting, but it's also scary because that's exactly what they wanted to do with the Wii, and that just completely crumbled. So it's like with the Wii U. So they definitely need to convey this next system to consumers. Like, yes, this is the next one. This isn't an attachment. This isn't a freaking like boost, because you don't want consumers to be like, oh, well, I have a Switch, so like, why do I need this thing? So
yeah.
Well, sure. And we can get that into the Switch 2 segment when they talk about how they're trying to get the continuation going. But I just was really excited to see Nintendo treat it as a brand because they haven't done that. And I feel like that has also created a lot of inconsistencies. A lot of their up and downs as a company is like every system's like resetting with this brand new thing rather than trying to keep something going. I know Nintendo has tried to keep things going and they haven't always been able to successfully do that. Yeah. But I don't know. We'll get into that later, Brad. That was something that I did note. I had it actually highlighted on my document that Nintendo keeps mentioning it as a brand, which I think that's important to note.
I think it is too. I think that's great. And yeah, I think the Switch, the hybrid factor, the form factor is the foundation.
It is.
And I do think that with Switch 2, there's going to be some new tech. And I think when we get Switch 3, there's going to be new stuff, but it'll always be a very similar foundation, but with new tech, new bells and whistles. Again, similar to what you'd see with the iterations of iPhones, right? But probably cooler because, it's video games, it's Nintendo.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, this is where they mention merging the two platforms that were previously separated. And we actually just mentioned that into home and handheld. Focusing on, of course, strengthening relationships with third parties and regional expansion into growing markets. And then they kind of go into explaining those points. Again, just reiterate that, hey, this is how it used to be. It used to be Wii U and 3DS. And again, when it was like this, we didn't have a steady flow of game releases for each platform. Months would go by. So it's great that these were combined because now we've had a Switch game every month, right?
Yeah,
it still
crazy.
stands. So it's
That's
wild. So again, this was great. We'll get into this a little bit later. This infographic here.
That's crazy, man.
Because we're actually going to do a little something with that. And again, this just kind of goes into some more detail about how they merged it. Emphasis on consumer touch points here. Dedicated Nintendo spaces created in cooperation with retailers. Now, this is interesting to me because, of course, I love physical. I love physical games. I think we all like physical. And we were talking about it, obviously, with Xbox kind of getting out of physical. And when they fully exit, which they're almost there, they really are. If you go to your stores, you go to Walmart, Target, Best Buy, there's like nothing there for Xbox.
Yeah.
Sony may follow suit on the next console. Nintendo is like, hey man, we want dedicated spaces in retailers for our stuff. So this is what I was talking about a couple of weeks ago about, hey, Nintendo should double down on this and be like, hey, if the whole video game section is just for us, great. You know what I mean? Like, if you guys don't want to do it anymore, that's fine. And again, we'll get into it, but their numbers reflect this. They're selling more physical games, right? Their physical share is larger than digital.
Yeah, Nintendo's strategy is I think, the best out of the three because they're looking for how to get in your face as much as they can. If you're going to the store, they want to make sure that they get in your face. If you're going to a theme park, they want to be in your face. You want to go to the theater, they want to be in your face. You want to go home, they want to be in your face. So as you know, they say out of sight, out of mind. This is how you become a brand. This is how you cement yourself as like a world renowned, immortal company. You know, literally being everywhere.
I think it's really important to have that presence at the stores.
They need food now. I want food. Nintendo food, like
I had the cereal.
The cereal, man. That cereal, guys.
Mushroom Kingdom.
I still remember what it tasted like.
It was
I don't
pretty
know.
good.
Dude, the Nintendo cereal was so good.
Who made it? Who made it? Who was the
That's a
sponsor?
good question.
It was a friggin' amiibo too.
Really? What the heck, man? Where was I?
You could scan it. It was back in like when Odyssey was out.
Wait, were you talking about a Nintendo cereal with Odyssey?
Oh, the Super Mario cereal. Is that what you're talking?
I'm talking about the Nintendo cereal system. It came out in the 80s.
Oh, okay. I was talking about the actual cereal.
Oh yeah, no. This was it was really good cereal. It came out in the 80s. It was called Nintendo Cereal System. And it was like Mario and then Zelda.
I remember that
cereal.
one. I don't remember the most recent one.
Yeah, the Odyssey one, man. It was a
Yeah,
red
I know. I
Ah.
never tried that one.
So this just talks about the NSO and how it's giving free updates. Obviously, we got hoops in Nintendo Sports, Mario Golf Super Rush, Strikers, Metroid Dread, got a boss rush mode. And again, this other DLC, the expansion pass for Zelda, Smash Brothers. They're just saying how they continue to support games after they have released. Paid DLC again. This was with Splatoon, Smash Brothers, and obviously we know about Mario Kart. Here we are, 34 million members for NSO.
That's great.
I agree.
Does it break down which ones have the expansion?
You know, I was looking for that. I don't see it here. I was curious if it did break down. It looks like it probably doesn't since they're already onto Nintendo Music now. But
yeah,
I am curious how many people have the expansion pack.
Yeah.
What would you predict if out of those 34 million?
6 to 7.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
Do you think 34 million, are they counting each individual account? Because we have a family account and we have like 4 people under one account, or
probably individual.
Right, individual.
Yeah,
I think individual. Yeah.
Same
sure.
Nintendo Music. We talked about this. Now, since last week, Mario Wonder has released, and now Donkey Kong Country 2. That's came out. So that's good. It seems like they're going to be adding music faster than they add games to NSO.
If you've been following the Odyssey, I've been talking about the streaming service for music for a little bit now. You know, through patents.
Yeah, you have. I've seen that. Downloadable versions of packaged software. Now, I've been seeing this a ton at Best Buy.
Yeah.
Where they don't have physical games in the store. You can buy it from them online, but I'm seeing cards everywhere.
I don't see the point.
I don't either.
Literally no sense.
Okay. Here's the thing. I don't see the point, but I see the point when parents, aunts and uncles, grandparents are trying to buy a game, right?
Yeah.
Gifts are the big thing. Instead of getting eShop cards, because remember, like if you get like a $50 eShop card, that's not enough to buy a $60 game. It's not. You get the $99 eShop gift card, you still can't get the voucher with that. It's not enough.
Yeah,
the taxes and stuff. So I actually see the point, because there could be lots of people or friends and kids that like they prefer digital versions. Like, hey, I really want this game. Well, hey, I'll just buy you the code for it. I mean, I think even to myself, like, hey, you know, people buy me gift cards and stuff all the time. It's digital codes. I appreciate it, and that's kind of what this is. It's like buying someone a game with a code. I think it's all right.
Yeah, you're right, because it gives you.
You can put these like everywhere in the future. Like they can be in gas stations on the little spindles and stuff. Like it, you know.
They
Yeah.
could be at the grocery store, like where the gift card center is.
You know
Yeah.
what they could do?
There's a lot of opportunity.
They can turn them into collectible cards, maybe like something that you just, maybe like a little harder. That way you can just kind of rip apart the top part and the bottom
For the-
part, and the
I'd
center.
rather
becomes
they
like a
do
card.
this than sell a physical cartridge that has a code inside.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that I hate so much.
God, I hate that.
yeah.
But again,
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of the same thing as this, but it's a waste.
It's a waste, wasteful. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like these are like little cardboard things that are biodegradable, not wasteful.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That they turned that middle section into like a collectible card. You just rip off the top and the bottom, and it becomes like a little card with some like little facts in the back and everything.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I think it's cool. And, again, it's good for gifts. And kids lose games. Now, look, I didn't lose games when I was a kid, okay? But kids do lose games. And these games are really small.
Like Game Boy games.
Yeah, these are small. Like, they're smaller than Game Boy games. These are very small game cards. So
This is what cartridges used to look like, back in the day. So
it's hard to lose.
Hard to lose, yeah.
Strengthening relationships with software publishers. And they talk about the establishment of the Nintendo Developer Portal, website dedicated to developers and publishers. So again, I've never seen this. I can only presume it has a lot of resources on there for them to help them along the way with the development of the games. It says there's, affordable dev kits, support for middleware such as Unity and the Unreal Engine, all good stuff to help support the third parties. Which
what does it say there? Is this for developers?
For developers, yeah. Yeah. This is what they've done for them this generation.
Okay. It would be cool if they kind of had a program after the Switch is out. Maybe like a little. Well, you can just buy a Switch, I guess. But a dev kit kind of gives you more tools to develop and to kind of test, and so maybe like have a developer program. I'm just into developers. Developer program where you can get an actual dev kit right after the system is out, so you can develop games on your own. As a single person developer.
Yeah, totally. Strengthening relationships with software publishers. So I don't know about you guys, but when I saw the devs listed here, my mind goes to Switch 2 immediately. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Like, are these the ones that already have dev kits for Switch 2? Or
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you know that.
My mind also goes to there was that rumor by PH Brazil where he said that Nintendo started this third-party program to get them to port more games to Switch 1 next year because Nintendo's going to have less releases than usual on Switch 1 because they're putting a lot of their foot forward with Switch 2. So this to me was kind of like, hey, look, Nintendo is now like admitting that we're working with third-party partners, like trying to strengthen that bond and get them to do more stuff. So I'm kind of like, hey, that's kind of cool.
I see Microsoft and I like it.
Hey, if you look at this too, like look at this, right? Rune Factory, who makes that?
Square Enix?
That's Marvelous.
I think it's Marvelous, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sega, Yakuza,
Mario,
which is an old game, right?
Yep. Yakuza. Yep.
Electronic Arts, they're bringing that Wii Sims
yeah.
game.
And FC, isn't that there?
EA Sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the games
Yep.
Warner Brothers, they brought out the Batman Arkham
Batman stuff.
trilogy.
yeah. Animaniacs from
So
NES.
we're seeing some of the fruits of that, I think, already.
By the way, I see From Software better be Elden Ring.
Which
That's
one?
so when I see From
I know
Software,
we have Dark Souls remastered. I know, but come on, Elden Ring.
well, what I'm thinking too, I 100% think we're getting Elden Ring
For sure, yeah.
on Switch 2, but what I'm thinking for Switch 1 is, are we going to get the other two games? Dark Souls 2 and 3?
Yeah.
Well, if you are, it'd be next year.
Yeah.
Next year is like the perfect year.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think that would be pretty cool. So who knows? Maybe we'll get that. Arc System Works, they bring out a lot of good games. 505. 505 does Udian Chronicles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but then I look at Microsoft, right?
Yeah.
That's
And
like
it's like-
everything.
Exactly. It's like when you see Microsoft now,
Most exciting one there.
I saw some people comment on this exact, screenshot and we're like, where's Activision and where's Blizzard and where's
all under Microsoft.
Yeah, someone replied like it's all Microsoft, man. It's
Yep.
like, oh yeah, they're like, oh
it
yeah, that's
is.
right.
It's kind of like, hey, if you're open for GTA 6, Rockstar wouldn't be on there. It'd be on there Take Two.
Yep,
Level
Take
5.
Two.
So
Right
like
down there.
Bethesda would be Microsoft.
Yeah, Bethesda would be Microsoft. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously a lot of great third parties here. You got Konami on there. Maybe they'll make a Castlevania, a new one day. I would love to see it. But again, for Switch 2, Metal Gear. You got Metal Gear coming out. We got the collection, the Solid Collection 1, the Solid Collection 2. That was just being teased today, I think. A release date for either what do you call it? Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yeah.
David Hayter, the voice actor for Snake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just teased that today that a release date's coming soon. He didn't say what it was for, though. I presume it's that, but we know the Solid Collection's coming. So again, a lot of good stuff. A lot of great devs there. It's exciting to think about what could come for Switch 2.
Yeah.
And then again, they talked about the indie games and just how well indies have done on the Switch. Some indie games have their best sales on Switch. A lot of them.
Fantasy Life on the level 5 from Fantasy Life, right? They were on there?
Yeah, level 5 was on there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so a lot of great games here, a lot of bangers. Yeah, Balatro's done great. Anima well. I'm sure a lot of people probably still need to play that. Outer Wilds, Europa. I played the demo on that. That was pretty interesting.
I like
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I got they sent me a code recently, so I have to check it out.
And again, just going into the sales of some of these games and how well they've sold on the Switch.
What is this game? That came with the baseball. Is it baseball?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
it's
Pro
Konami's.
Yaku or something.
Yeah.
Is that Japan?
Yep.
Yeah.
It
It's actually really good.
looks fun.
See, one thing I like about this chart, though, is we finally get the breakdown of like Nintendo's games and how well the third-party games are doing.
Mm-hmm.
They're selling a lot.
Yep.
Yeah, they are.
Wow,
Yeah.
over the last 4
An
years.
insane
They're
amount.
selling a lot.
Hmm.
Yeah, third party's gonna be very happy.
Yep.
On Switch.
Yeah, and this is available to everybody, right? Anyone can pick up this PDF and look through it. But I would just, when I was thumbing through this, I'm like, man, these third parties got to be just salivating for Switch 2 because they're going to make so much money if they bring their games over.
Yeah, you gotta support day one. Gotta be there.
I agree.
Regional expansion into growing markets. PH Brazil, man, it's growing over there, right?
It is. Yep.
Yeah, Universo, what is it? Universo Nintendo website?
Yep. They're finally in China now.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was always a big deal because of all of the what do you call it? Not hacking, but you guys know what I'm saying? What's the word I'm looking for?
Wasn't there like weird laws there that they
The
couldn't-
opposite of hacking?
Yeah, not hacking. It was when you get
Intruder?
games illegally.
like
Yeah,
counterfeit?
Pirating.
Piracy is the word. Huge piracy issue.
Yeah, I actually have a patch. That's why I remember.
China and China's wild because like Nintendo in another document or maybe this one like just admitted they're still making the IQ, which was their way of getting around the legalese and selling systems illegally in China. It's just well known that Nintendo's been using the IQ brand to do that for decades, and Nintendo just blatantly put it out there. By the way, yeah, we're growing in that market with our illegal system sales.
That's hilarious.
kind of like a big FU to China. We all know we've been doing it for decades. Now we could just legally sell Switch there, but just in case you forgot, we were still selling things there anyway.
This is impressive, the expansion, though, if you look at this. So, dedicated video game platform sales in regions other than the big three.
Yep.
Japan, the Americas, and Europe. 6.4 times. And
World
over here,
man.
yeah, this is huge numbers. So
I just-
again, that's
I just
great.
I just tweeted the link for this PDF if anybody wants to check it out.
Again, this breaks down the earnings. Obviously we know there's been a lot of money made. Talking about expanding the IP, strengthening relationships. Got some nice little clip art there of the characters. One thing to note, you do see Fox McCloud there.
I see him.
If you're wondering if
They
Nintendo
haven't
forgot about him,
They haven't forgot about Star Fox.
Yeah.
Oh, are they teasing Star Fox Switch 2? Let's go.
And
I
if
don't
I'm not mistaken, that is the Star Fox Zero render.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is always like, oh, okay, that's all it is. They're porting 0 next year. No, I want a new one.
Look at Samus all the way in the back. Come on, Samus. And then we have whatever this blue thing is there.
where's Pitt?
Who?
Kid Icarus.
Oh, yeah.
He's not there
Maybe this means that's it. No
He's
kid.
right near Captain Falcon back there.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
Sales volumes for Mario related titles on Switch.
Man, Mario's
Look at this.
Mario's
Odyssey and 3D World.
Damn.
So the 3D Marios, right?
Then you just see Mario Kart. You're just like, all right.
42
Yeah, Mario
million.
Kart is just yeah. He's on his own.
Now,
They have to pair the other games, so kind of the numbers don't look as much.
Almost 200 million sales of just Mario.
Yeah, that's insane.
You know what's kind of crazy about this? Like, didn't historically 2D Mario games sell better?
Yeah.
yeah.
And now it's like flipped.
And then Odyssey hit, and it's damn.
Hey, what's up with the Super Mario 3D All Stars? Why aren't those numbers in here?
Oh, yeah.
That never existed. It was like a dream. Everybody was living for a couple.
Where's
of
Mario
They don't
35?
want to remind people that they
It's
FOMO'd
right.
and deleted it from the internet.
right? Yeah.
That's interesting though, because I have a feeling that sold. Have we ever seen sales numbers on that actually?
I
You don't
don't.
notice how there's no Paper Mario in here either.
Oh
No
yeah.
Mario RPG.
Mario related.
Like, there's
no
actually a lot
sports
of Mario,
titles.
there's actually a lot of Mario games. They don't. That's why I said they're well north of 200 million if you count all the Mario.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mario,
there's
Mario
sports
Maker's
ones.
there, so
Yeah, they put
Interesting.
Mario Maker in. Yeah, it's kind of weird like what they chose to show and not show, even though the sales are still solid on the other stuff. Too.
yeah.
Mhm.
This is wild. So obviously we know what the sales have been for Animal Crossing and
Let's
Smash
go.
Ultimate,
My game out there.
but
Play it
seeing
every day.
the two Zelda games, the two 3D Zeldas,
53 fucking million.
over 50 million.
That's
Insane.
crazy.
Tears of the Kingdom hit 21 million now and actually moved up the top 10 chart a slot.
That's crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah. Jay Biggs, Mr. New York for Life, just mentioned in the chat, and I thought this was around the number, so I'm glad he confirmed it. But 3D All Stars did just under 10 million.
Oh, wow. They
There you
made
go.
that many?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's-
But Nintendo doesn't want to remind people that you can't buy it anymore.
Yeah.
that would be a good game to bring back for 2025. To fill in something
Yeah.
in the calendar, man.
Also, shout out Splatoon, man.
For real.
Splatoon did,
Real.
Yeah.
like 26 million. I mean, that's a newer IP.
Who would have thought?
Well, not anymore.
Splatoon has one of the best ongoing communities and games with events ever. Like since Splatoon 3 started, they've been supporting that till like just recently, where they had their last Splatfest, and even now they had a last I think Halloween event. So I think like one of the best ongoing supported games by Nintendo. Even I wish that Animal Crossing would have gotten the same attention that Splatoon did. When it comes to the ongoing events and like things like that.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm happy for them, but I'm a little jealous as well.
I'm wondering if we're gonna get more frequent Splatoon games, like not every year, but maybe
Yeah.
every other year or every 2 years.
Maybe like 2 per console. Maybe three.
Call of Duty style.
I can see it
Yeah.
being, I can see them going 2 per gen. Kind
Yeah.
of looking at that. They just did 2 in a gen. They're kind of set up to do Splatoon 4, early in the gen again,
Yeah.
and then drop another one later in the gen.
Yeah.
Or just do Splatoon Ultimate and just like kind of like add more characters as they go on. And
So
Pokemon.
Pokemon games.
Jeez,
Now,
damn.
you guys will
Man.
notice where Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is not on here, and that's a physical game.
Oh,
And
yep.
new Pokemon Snap's not on there.
Pokken isn't on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're not even including everything.
Yeah. So I think they're just
Detective
saying,
Pikachu.
hey, here's our mainline series. And again, they put Legends on there because, again, that is going to be part of the mainline, like
Legends is considered mainline by
flagship status. So yeah, it's just the mainline, not the, I guess you could say the spin-offs. And 99 million as of September 30th. So they're probably past 100 now, right?
Yeah, I think they're both salivating for ZA to come on next year. They're like, money.
My favorite from the list is I'm sorry, short. I gotta say Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield. That's my favorite from the entire list.
Arceus.
Yeah, I'm Arceus on this.
All the way.
Arceus and Arceus? Yeah, me too.
Scarlet Violet runs like doo-doo. Not good.
This was an infographic I liked right here. And so, again, many series titles are showing growth, right?
Yep.
So, if you look at Pikmin on the Wii U and on the DS
by the way, I wish Nintendo wanted to use the Wii U as the gauge.
I know.
It's like it makes the numbers look insane, but it's kind of like, okay, that platform bombed. Can we go with one that didn't?
Hilarious. That's so
funny.
No, I agree with you on that.
But I mean, the point still stands. Yeah.
1.78 million between their home and handheld console, right?
Yeah.
And then just on the Switch, we're nearing 8 million. It's going to get there.
Pikmin!
I gotta get into Pikmin.
That's huge.
I'm giving in. I have not played any of them.
Oh, dude, Pikmin 4 is a masterpiece.
Pikmin 4 is amazing.
So should I start with Pikmin 4 or should I start with the early one?
Confirmed they already have another Pikmin in the works.
I would play Pikmin 4 first, man.
Yeah,
you don't really need to play the prior ones.
Okay, so
Pikmin 3 is good, but 4 is
3 is really short. 4.
I also want to get into the app, into the Pikmin app, because I know that I heard that they're going to do some type of stuff with Super Nintendo World, and so when the park opens, I'm probably going to turn it into a Super Nintendo World channel instead of a news channel and doing a lot of stuff with the theme park. But I'm looking forward to that just because of the app and the park.
Pikmin, man.
Yeah,
I'm excited for Pikmin's growth.
Yeah, man.
I am too. I'm happy for Shiggy because this was his creation. This all came out of him gardening. We all know the story about how Pikmin came to be. And so this is cool that this is turning out to be a success for him because it wasn't always looking that way. And so I'm happy that it's found life. Kirby, huge.
Yeah. So unofficially, can I mention something about that list I sent you, mate?
What list?
The leak.
It's your list, man. You talk about whatever the hell you want.
I just want to mention. I've been following the list, kind of following the news, and I already confirmed about the Lego movie that's coming, whatever. But aside from that, Pikmin was on there.
Just so people in the audience know what the hell he's talking about. It's a list of it's a supposed leaked list of a bunch of upcoming Universal or something movies,
animated movies. Has
animated, not all of them, just like the animated movies.
Yeah.
And there's like some Nintendo ones. By the way, none of those Nintendo ones have been announced, but
the Mario movie is in there. The second one with the April 3rd release date, and then there's also unofficially, it's not Star Fox, and also there's Pikmin.
Yeah, very interesting. You mentioned Star Fox is in there.
Yeah, by elimination later on. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like 30, the year 2030 something.
Well, I mean, it just goes to show that.
One thing I like about this list that Nintendo has on screen too, right here for Pikmin, Kirby, Metroid, Xenoblade, it's showing that Nintendo's not just caring about the big boys.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're actually paying attention that their smaller series are growing as well. And that's awesome.
Kirby's pretty impressive because the 3DS titles were pretty popular, I thought. I mean, I guess not as much as I thought, but like you had Triple Deluxe, Robobot.
Came along, baby.
Yeah, the Switch.
Yeah, it lands almost half those sales.
Forgotten that was amazing.
Yeah, I think the most interesting ones here are the last two, for sure.
I do too. Like these are great, Pikmin and Kirby. Metroid is something that is obviously interesting, I think, for all of us. I think for a long time Nintendo fans, we really care about Metroid, the franchise, and want to see it be successful.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is encouraging to see that, hey, during the Wii U, now
The Wii U didn't have
we didn't get one.
but,
Yeah.
but it includes 3DS. 3DS had obviously Federation Force, but then Samus Returns. And it's really weird between those two. They couldn't even get a mill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
Because
Method,
I think on Switch right now we only have Prime 1 Remaster and Dread, right? Nothing else.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So
I feel Metroid is gonna skyrocket. I think with MP4, you know, and I'm calling it now. After Sony is done with the Legend of Zelda, I think they're gonna go ahead. They're heading over to Metroid live action.
that'd be cool. I think it's well suited for
Yeah.
something with TV, whether it be a show or a movie. But so about 5 million. It's gonna be 5 million. And then you got to ask, if we get Metroid Prime 2 and 3 HD, which we should, we better. Not going to go into why again. Said it a million times, but
Right.
if you think about 2, 3, and 4, so we could potentially have, we should 3 more Metroid games,
Wow.
which then you got to say, oh, I wonder what this is going to look like, you know, a year from now, 18 months from now.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Good.
Like, it should be a lot. Xenoblade, again, there was Xenoblade on 3DS.
Yep.
You had to have the new
The new
3DS.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously Xenoblade Chronicles X. So 1.41 million units versus over 7 now.
Yeah, over 7 across 3 games? 2, 1 definitive edition, and then 3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's see what X does.
Yeah. See if X can push it and maybe hit 10 mil for the series.
That's what I'd like to see, right? I'd like to see it hit the double digits. I feel like it can over the course of the Switch. Like if it doesn't hit it initially, you gotta think that if the Switch is going to be supported till 2027, like we believe, it should be able to hit that.
Yeah.
It's not that many more. Development and release of software that utilize characteristics of each IP. Not sure. Okay, merchandise, theme park, mobile. This is the stuff we talk about all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just Nintendo showing this is how we make all our money.
Yeah,
This is how we're taking over the world. That's what they're saying there.
yeah. Getting in front of your face. Like
Not
you
having
said.
a handheld and home console? Yeah, don't worry. We got other revenue.
Yep.
And you forgot to put the clock in there too.
Visual content.
The bedroom.
They forgot the bedroom.
Yeah.
So we got the Mario movie, of course,
Yep.
the second one.
Yep.
And then we have
Well, that's
Zelda.
2029, guys.
2027. Check out the date over on the first Mario movie. Okay, April what?
Sure.
Yeah.
And then the second movie is April 3rd. 2026.
Sure.
I'm gonna say April something of 2027.
I'm just glad they put the 2 there because it guarantees it's out before the 2030s. Not that we didn't think it would be anyway.
and just like a little bit behind, just a little information on that. It's already in production and they will start filming on January 5.
This would be notable though because they put the 2 there, right? Technically, when we get to the Switch 2 topic later on the Switch 2 graphic, it still says 20XX. Why don't we go to 2099?
I would lose it.
For real. I didn't see that.
100-year platform. Oh man.
So we got the theme park news. Singapore, TBA. There'll be seats there in Osaka, Japan, Hollywood, Orlando.
Singapore, yeah.
And
Orlando. Woo.
Osaka's getting Donkey Kong in the spring.
In the spring.
Yep.
And we're getting it around. We're getting it in May. May what?
Yeah, Orlando.
Yep.
May,
Orlando.
May 20th is the opening. It's already sold out. May 22nd sold out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But
That's
I
exciting.
have a press pass, so I can go. I'm gonna be there for the media day which is
You live streaming it?
Oh, nice. Good for you.
yeah, for sure. For
Hell
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, media day.
Mobile apps. This is an interesting number. So 164 countries
Nintendo
is the reach of the apps.
Nintendo, you got to delete some numbers here. I'll tell you right now. I understand that this is a fact-based number. Dragalia Lost doesn't exist anymore. You can't download. Dr. Mario doesn't exist anymore. Can't download.
Mm-hmm.
Real.
Yeah.
Like, literally, you've deleted half these apps. You should just not list stats for them anymore. Misleading.
Yeah, that first one, that Mimoto, whatever. And then the whatever that one is.
Oh,
then,
Mitomo or whatever.
And then this one, I was in the middle of playing when they shut it down. The
Dr. Mario app was sick too. I'm so pissed when they got
I loved that game. Yeah, that was great.
I'm like, dude, this is the perfect way to bring Dr. Mario back. Why'd you get rid of it?
Yeah, man.
It was so fun.
I think it was because of malpractice.
No, so
That's good.
he was leaving. The Pocket Camp is not going to be an online game anymore, but they're bringing it back as a paid single player game. So technically, Pocket Camp will
Right? For, what was it, $10, right?
Yeah.
something like
And you
that.
get everything.
Yeah, you know that works so well for Mario Run.
Official stores.
Told you.
So San Francisco is going to be the new one. And I hope it does good there.
Mall of America, come on.
Where's
I want
Orlando?
a
Come
Mall of
on.
America store.
Oh, well, we're getting one in Orlando because they already announced it. It's a huge one. Saw the plans for it, so we're gonna have one. And well, it's not gonna be in Orlando. It'll be Universal Studios, like right there. Gift shop.
Yeah, that's good to know that it's going to be there too. It makes sense since
Well,
there's
yeah,
a park there.
all the theme
Yeah.
park ones have really massive.
Yeah, like you were. Yeah. So,
Got the museum. We know about this. We know how cool it is.
dude, on reveal dates, like on Nintendo Directs, streaming it from the actual Nintendo store.
That would be cool, especially with
Yeah.
the Smash Brother reveals.
Exactly. Yeah.
That was always fun to watch. So Nintendo account, the number of users they say has increased steadily since 2015. Note this does include mobile app users.
Mm-hmm.
So 366 million people have a Nintendo account, be it through your standard, I believe, services like with Switch and the mobile apps, which the mobile apps are accounting for a lot here.
What that means is when they drop that Switch 2 announcement, they have 366 million people to send that email to.
Exactly.
That's
Email
insane.
blaster for
That
sure.
is yeah.
That is insane.
Yep. You know, a lot of companies pay for that data. Nintendo's already got it.
Crazy.
Nintendo account supporting long-term relationship with our consumers, purchase history, save data, friends, gameplay history.
Yep.
And I believe this is where it goes into kind of talking about how the NSO is carrying over
Yeah.
to the next console, the successor, the Switch 2. So that's very exciting. Yeah, here we are. Here's the release date, the Mega Man X release date.
Yeah, we'll get into this a little later. Yeah,
29.
Yeah, we'll get into that later.
That's later.
And again, we'll get into that.
I got a lot to say, man. I got a lot to say.
Yeah, that's our next
So
topic.
excited, man.
I think, okay, yeah. Here, we got a couple other things, strengthening
There's
development
VIQ.
resources.
Yes.
So this is good stuff. Remember, we talked about Shiver a week or two ago. They're a port house, which is great. That was a good pickup. Monolith, IQ, NST,
Nintendo Pictures. Woo.
Mario Club. Didn't we hear there were like layoffs at Mario Club? And then
Nintendo totally debunked that.
exactly, like
Yeah.
right after, like, no, that's
You'll
not
be like,
true.
nah, no, actually, there
Nah.
isn't. Have a good day.
That's not us. We don't let people go.
Yep.
We just fire them quietly.
So that was good to see Nintendo come right out because, you know, they usually don't comment on stuff.
Furukawa does, man.
I love that.
Yep.
He's twice now. He's commented on rumors and said, "Nah, it's bullshit."
Environmental stuff, you know, not very interesting for the podcast, but if you're interested,
Well, but yeah, for like investors and obviously like
Yeah.
government regulators and stuff.
and you know, hey, this is the basics of customer service right here, right? Build good, lasting consumer relationships, bring smiles to generations of consumers. Have they done that for me? and you and you and you. Yes, they've done it for all of us, right? Everyone in chat.
Well, they failed me.
They brought a lot of smiles to our faces since literally the
Failed.
80s. So,
Man,
I'm a sad boy.
aim to be a safe and secure brand, which makes me think that we're still going to have friend codes.
And no voice chat locally.
no. It's like, oh yeah, you can use your phone to call your friends. Oh, I do that anyway without it. So
Yeah.
And this concludes today's presentation. Thank you for joining us.
Don't forget to subscribe, hit like.
Yay.
Nate,
All
do you want me
right.
to hand out the tests to everyone?
Yeah.
That's now. All right.
Yeah. Go ahead and paste the link to the test in the chat for everybody. I literally felt like I was back at work.
Please put your pen
Back at mortgage doing a PowerPoint.
Yeah. You were presenting for Nintendo right there to the crowd of hundreds. Yeah, pretty interesting stuff going on there. So before we get to our next topic, which is Switch 2, which I got like goosebumps thinking about it. I had to address something. All right. I got a super chat in from this Prime guy. I don't know who the fuck he is. All right, first, I'll take a shot. Got it. It's poured. It's ready to go. But there was a certain bet that me and Nintendo Talk had going on. I have to ask him a question here because here's the thing: the bet that's a hot chip bet. There's no way that he loses. Only I lose.
Yeah.
So does what Nintendo say count?
What was the bet again? Wasn't it?
They don't remember the bet. See, he doesn't even remember the bet.
Wasn't it about them announcing Switch 2 by the end of
it? It was about them revealing it by November 5th of the latest.
Yeah.
They technically didn't reveal it. If you want to hold on a technicality, but they did give us news.
I'll give you till the end of November. How about that?
Oh,
that's good. That's gracious.
You know what? Because remember, we were all thinking, guys, if it wasn't revealed by November 5th, that obviously it would not be till 2025. But then Nintendo said something that
I'm still on team 2024. They talk about it.
There's a very good reason to still be on it too, based on some shit Nintendo dropped, which we're about to get to. Let me go ahead and throw this shot back. We got to talk about Switch 2 because baby,
donations or shots.
Donations are shots, $5 and up.
There you go.
Shots of hater tears tonight because, oh boy, for once in my life, I get to dunk on the haters. I usually deserve the hate. This time, though, called this shit on Sunday, everybody. All right, here we go. I literally on Sunday, I said they were going to say some shit, and they said some shit. So let's go ahead. And share. Let's go ahead and share. First off, let's just do the thing that most of us found out about this from. We don't have to go back to the PDF because the PDF just says the exact same thing.
Yep.
We'll just go right to the tweet because this is Furukawa. No debating who's talking here. This is the president of Nintendo. Put it out in Japanese. Here we go. This is Furukawa. At today's corporate management policy briefing, we announced that Switch software will also be playable on the successor to Nintendo Switch. Backwards compatibility confirmed. Not a rumor, not a leak. Confirmed. Nintendo officially announcing it. All right? Pretty exciting stuff. Nintendo Switch Online will be available on the successor to Nintendo Switch Online, which, by the way, was never previously rumored or leaked. It was always assumed when they said Nintendo accounts would be forward compatible. We assumed that also meant NSO, but they technically didn't announce NSO.
Yeah.
This is the first time they're doing it. That's really big news because Nintendo, for the first time, they're not resetting that classic library. First time ever not resetting. I know you can argue Wii U. They've had the Wii mode, but like it wasn't on Wii U. It was like you had to like reboot the Wii. It was weird. That's not what we want. That's not how we wanted the classic library to come over. Anyways, including its compatibility. What does it say? So further information about the successor Nintendo Switch, including its compatibility with Nintendo Switch, will be announced at a later date. The one thing the PDF does clarify, it does say that they still have an announcement about it this fiscal year. So like this isn't the announcement. People were thinking that the announcement. It's not the announcement. Yeah, the announcement's still coming, which we all assume is probably the reveal. So that was kind of clarified in the PDF, that part there. But anyways, there's that. So first off, that's just exciting in that of itself. Right there is already like Nintendo giving us news I could argue it's maybe some of the whoa.
Whoa, Nate.
Whoa,
wait,
no. You can argue some of the most boring news.
Wait, I gotta take a look at that hat. You know, I'm blind, I can't see, so I just took a look at it. Like, what the heck? That's a cool hat, man.
Yeah, I've had this a long time. It's really beat up though.
It's
very,
nice. I like the
very
logo.
good.
What does it look like? A bird?
It's Zelda. It's the family crest.
Wait, that's a bird?
You just realized the family crest is a bird in Zelda?
No, yeah, I just thought.
I'll give you a break because obviously you don't have the best vision. The family crest is a bird.
I never realized it.
Did you just say that was boring news, Nate? I think that's exciting news.
Okay.
No, it's a little boring because
What's boring?
if you follow my channel, you already knew this system was backwards compatible.
Listen, and let me tell you why this is exciting. Okay, I want to start with Furukawa is the godfather right now. Okay, he is the freaking godfather right now, and I love him. I want him to adopt me as my dad. You know, listen. This guy has been on fire when it comes to at least breaking the mold and giving us some details. He's been doing it this entire year since at least the summer when he said, "Oh yeah, we're not going to be talking about Nintendo Switches in this fiscal year, but we have a Nintendo Direct in June." And that was like thing, right? And he's been doing it ever since right before we get announcements. Now he comes up and confirms that Nintendo Switch 2 is backwards compatible. Something that you normally would hear in an announcement, in a trailer or something like that, but he's telling us right now. I know it's strategically because guess what? The holiday season is around us. Black Friday is around us. That means you can literally buy any Switch game, even if it's on sale, and that game is going to be on Switch 2 with you. It's going to go along with you. It's going to be like, hey, and there is no better time to literally grow your library right now and just grow your backlog than Black Friday, knowing that all of your games are traveling with you. So to me, that's extremely excited. Now, if I pair that with the possibility of AI upscaling when we know more about the Nintendo Switch, our games are gonna look better, play better.
Yeah, no announcements on today. Future update.
Yeah,
on how the whole thing works. You didn't mention specifically digital or physical, but then again, it's always noteworthy that if it's just backwards compatible, it's just backwards compatible. You don't have to note anything. So it should be physical and digital.
Yeah.
Brazil came out to say it is physical. By the way, physical has been also rumored for a while. That is probably the same cartridge slot. Like they did with 3DS and DS back in the day. And even if it's not, then it would just be like if there would just be two cartridge slots, like the GBA did for Game Boy and then GBA cards.
Yeah.
And I think DS too. For DS and GBA cards. So Nintendo has a history of backwards compatibility. So not really like the biggest surprise, but they've never had to have a digital backwards compatibility before, and they will. And the fact that he said that there'll be more information on how this works, but it should be pretty obvious how it works, right? Put your game in and play it. But what if there's more?
You have to put your passcode.
What if there is upscaling? What if there is other stuff? That could be like, hey, we're going to give you those details later. So we'll have to wait and see what those details are. Obviously, part of those details have to be on how you get your save data over, especially people that want to worry about not losing their Animal Crossing islands and stuff like that. Like this transfer system, it works. Moving it between switches, it's not the best.
Could be improved.
Yeah.
I hope it's not worse when you got to try to bring it over to Switch 2.
Well, didn't Wii games like look better or perform better when you played them on Wii U? Weren't they like sort of not upscaled, but like I'm pretty sure they look a little bit better. Someone tell me if I'm wrong, but yeah, I'm pretty sure Wii games look better on Wii U.
Literally
that might be it
because they literally just put a Wii chip in it, and that's what it ran on. So I don't really know how it looked. If it looked better, it's just because it's HDMI.
Yeah.
Output that could have been just it. That the reason HDMI instead of component cables.
That was the main reason why.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I know in the Wii U they literally just put a Wii chip in it and we're running. That's why you had a reboot because you were booting to a different chip.
This also has me excited because, and I know it made sense for the Wii U because Wii U wasn't, super successful, but this kind of makes me think that Nintendo won't be able to get away with like the DX versions of things. Like there might be some exceptions. Like we've talked about, Breath of the Wilds, how it might have.
I think they're going to get away with it. No problem.
You think they're going to?
I'm going to tell you why. Has Sony gotten away with it?
Yeah.
I just would hate it personally. Like
generations, they've gotten away with it.
Super Mario Odyssey DX and like give us new stuff, man.
No, they won't use the deluxe branding. They'll just slap 4K on it and call it a day.
Yeah, or maybe they could go the route where if whoever doesn't own the game gets it, but if you own it, at least you kind of a little arb charge to kind of get the newer version.
But they're gonna have to do DX because
Nintendo's selling us $70 versions of 4K Switch games. It's happening.
But would that be enough though? Considering like, I mean, we're gonna have to find out. But like, if my Switch game looks a little bit better on Switch 2, that's enough for some people. So it would have to be like a DX thing.
Man,
Because what I mean, I don't know. That's just me as a consumer. I'm not spending another $70 to get like 4K when it looks a little bit better.
no, that's why you have to buy Nintendo Switch games now while they're on sale. Actually, Monster Hunter Rise is on sale with the Sunbreak from $60, $70 to $20, and it ends tomorrow. So go pick it up.
Oh damn! Physically?
Yeah, physically. It's on the Nintendo shop. They're having a sale. Monster Hunter, $19 from $70, I think it is.
Oh wow.
So I'm going to give you 2 reasons to be excited. I know I was downplaying because if you follow my channel, this is new news to you. Just had the rumors confirmed. All right, cool. But 2 reasons this is exciting. 1, Furukawa is built different.
Yes,
He's built different.
he needs
Think
to
about
adopt.
that. We have never gotten features on a console announced before a console was revealed. It's never happened. Nintendo's never done it in the history of the company. They've never told us this console can do X and Y. Oh, by the way, we still haven't even shown you the fucking thing. It's never happened. Literally, Furukawa's just different. He has a plan.
He knows
He's a maestro behind the scenes, orchestrating how they're going to bring the system out. And this was phase 2. Phase 1, say it exists, and we're going to reveal it this year. Cool. Oh, hey, everyone thinks we're going to reveal it next because I said we are. Actually, you know what? No, we have something else we want to talk about before we reveal it. Just to remind, by the way, Furukawa didn't have to say shit. He didn't have to say anything. If it's not being revealed till next year, he didn't have to actually say anything. Now, yeah, the financial report in terms of the pure numbers, like we looked at a lot of all the positive franchise numbers and all, but like the actual raw numbers are really down year over year. It was a pretty negative one. They actually their stock was tanking for a day. It went down 4% when the numbers came out. So yeah, I theorized at the time with the numbers being so low that Nintendo was going to say something that was going to make it bounce back, and they did, and it was Switch 2. But they didn't have to. I thought they could talk about the movies. They could talk about anything else that could have helped make the numbers bounce back. They decided, no, we want to get you hyped for Switch 2. And one thing, there was a question in the Q&A that asked him about, if he was worried that like being backwards compatible would hurt sales of Switch 2. Like, what's the sale proposition? He's like, nah, it'll be fine. You don't have to wait for more information, but like once you have the full details, you'll understand that like, no, this is a selling point for the system. Not a detriment, but he's like, but I can't tell you right now. You're just gonna have to wait. So that was like the only notable question really in that entire thing. Unless you really want to look, I love Miyamoto. That question 4 directed at Miyamoto about like, hey man, what the fuck's Nintendo gonna do when you're gone? That's basically like, I love you so much, you're a genius, but you're almost dead. What are gonna do? I'm like, this is a pretty fucking morbid question. And Miyamoto, to his credit, gave a very long answer that pretty much sums up as Nintendo's already set up.
Yeah,
Kind of need me. Basically, is what it's essentially what it, like. I'm kind of just paid to do what I want at this point. They don't really need me anymore. Credit to Miyamoto for actually giving that guy like a lot of like a really long. I think he was trying to pay respect. He's like, hey, you're calling me a genius, man. Like, hey, calling me a fucking genius. I mean, respect because like we're talking about my whole career now. Like, yeah, okay, there's not gonna be another one of me, but they don't need me anymore. That being said, but he's addressed similar questions like this before, but he gave a really long response to that one. But here's the thing: Furukawa was built different, not just for that. What's one thing I've been talking about? A reason, like people keep giving it an excuse, like why can't Nintendo reveal Switch 2 in 2024? What's the number one reason, guys, that people always say?
The holiday sale will go down, and then people will lose their minds.
Yeah, it would hurt the sales of Switch.
It would hurt the sales of Switch this holiday.
Not a chance, dude.
I never believe that. I never believe that.
Well, we have this Furukawa coming out again. He's built
The Godfather. Okay,
the president doesn't believe the president or the successor will have much impact on Switch Christmas sales. Oh, what's the quotes exactly? Oh, man. Shushiro Furukawa told Japanese news site Mainshi that he doesn't believe that the presence or absence of a successor will have much impact on customers who are purchasing the Switch. So President Furukawa said about the details of Switch successor, there is no change in the plan to announce it during the fiscal year ending March 2025. By the way, there it is. No plans or nothing has changed in the plans to announce it. Confirmation that is the plan. They are announcing the platform. Again, for the 20 billionth time, they're going to reveal this motherfucker by the end of the fiscal year.
Listen, they're done with Nintendo Switch. They're done. They're ready to move forward.
Yeah. They still have games. When we say done, they still have some ports and other stuff happening, of course.
Yeah.
They're not abandoning the business. They're not going to give it the big new games anymore. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond's the last. They're not going to be giving it any more big games. Those big brand new ones are also.
I would never say never. Because you know why?
There will still be overlap.
Because of the fact that this is what when I saw Furukawa, the Godfather, come to Twitter and say, guess what, guys? You know, it's backwards compatible. When the Godfather said that, you know what I read? I said, you know what? This guy's a genius. You know why? Because that means that they can continue to release new games, and those new games will still go to Switch too. Right? I mean, it's like, okay, a brand new Mario game or a port or whatever. They're releasing a Switch and a Switch 2 game at the same time because you can take it with you. So it doesn't limit Nintendo, and those games will probably motivate people to even buy games on the holiday season and moving forward, right? So when Thunder was reading that little part that I told him, like, hey, read it again. That part, that told me, you know what? Nintendo will release more new games for Switch in 2025. This is how they're never gonna hit that what do you call that?
Well, there are new games already announced for 2025. Legends of DA, Metro Prime 4 Beyond.
You know that thing, the thing he doesn't want to go, and he goes on the edge, and then you kind of, what do you call that? I forgot. I got the cliff or whatever. The cliff.
What are we talking about?
He doesn't want to fall off a cliff, right? Remember that?
Yeah,
he doesn't want to fall off a cliff. This guy is incredibly smart in how he's actually handling this transition. And him coming out from out of nowhere, hey, guess what? Backwards compatibility. That means in this holiday season, you can buy as many games as you want. And guess what? That gives us the freedom to also release as many games. Release as many games as we want.
If Nintendo would just reveal it's backwards compatible, they would literally not be worried about sales. That being said, if you look at what he said, right? So you can't say anything more than that, right? That like the next bit of news is going to be we're revealing this thing. That you can't say anything more than that. Regarding potential hesitation to purchase the current model due to the announcement of a successor, Team 2024, are you ready? This is your hope. Team 2024, if you're holding on, if you're Nintendo Talk, this is Furukawa giving you a bastion of hope. Because again, this is specifically about if Nintendo would hesitate to announce something because it could affect the holiday sales.
Yeah.
I can't say it doesn't exist at all, that there's not like a little thought out there, a little smidge. But the Switch is already in its 8th year since launch. I don't think the presence or absence, so whether they reveal or not, you see what he's doing. He's not guaranteeing to reveal this year. He's going, I saw you trying to do that. I'm not gonna let you know if it's being revealed this year. But if we did, or if we didn't, the presence or absence of the successor will have much impact on customers who are purchasing it at this time. Yeah. Throw a little Mario out there because, boy, Furukawa is just literally reiterating what I've been saying this entire time. Anyone looking to buy a Switch this holiday doesn't give a shit about Switch 2.
It's like, we're done with Switch 2.
Hey, can I also say that I've been saying this every week with you, and that it would only make sense for them to announce backwards compatibility.
Yeah,
because if they do,
all they had to worry about was that current Switch owners that might hold off on software.
Yeah,
no, they don't have to.
Nope.
And the thing is that software is what makes them money. Hardware does not.
Yep.
Hardware makes them like barely any money. It's all about the software.
Yeah.
And so by announcing that, you sell more software now.
You also have to think who's buying a Switch in 2024. It's the casuals. It's people giving gifts. It's people buying special editions. They're not going to the store and saying like, "Oh shit, I really want this," but Switch 2 is coming out. Like they're not doing that.
Nope.
Yeah.
They're not gonna walk up to a Nintendo Switch kiosk and be like, "Oh wait, no, I'm gonna wait." They're impulse buys. They're gifts. It doesn't affect it at all.
Basically, what Furukawa was saying is, we're in the 8th year. Let's just stop beating around the fucking bush.
Yeah.
Anyone that's trying to buy a Switch 2 day one is not the kind of person that's trying to buy a Switch this holiday, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So what the fuck are we talking about? No, I don't think there's going to be like any impact. If we chose to reveal it, it will be any impact. We might not, but if we do, it ain't going to impact anything. So if you're Team 2024 and you're like, well, why would they reveal it around the holidays? Do they feel like it?
They give it really any moment. They set them.
Feel like it. It's all. Here's the thing. It's all about. We don't know the one key detail that determines if there really is a chance this year.
Mm-hmm.
When does Nintendo plan to release it? If the release plan this entire time is March, if it's been March or April, either one, if that's when Nintendo's dropping it, that means it's whatever the mastermind, my body is ready for Akawa, borrowing from Reggie, whatever he thinks is the best path forward to set Switch 2 up for sex. If for some ungodly reason he thinks the week of Black Friday is the week to drop it, then he thinks it's the week to drop it. And you might go, well, why? What? Wait, because people have off around the holidays. And maybe they think the best time to drop it is when everyone's at fucking home and can pay attention.
Yep. Yeah. And clearly timing isn't like everything for, I mean, obviously it has to be from a business standpoint, but they randomly will release an alarm clock and a music app like when they want. So either way, it's going to be a huge deal.
Yeah,
Whether they announce it.
What was the other reason people thought we wouldn't get any Switch 2 news? Nintendo would never give us news on an election day.
Did it come election? It came election day or day after?
Yeah, all the news. No, for them it was the 6th, right? It was.
I remember that. Yeah,
it was the 6th in Japan, but like we didn't even know the results of the election, and they're just dropping Switch 2 news.
Yep,
it's just like Nintendo don't give a fuck. The elections aren't stopping them from announcing shit. The holidays, he just said himself, would not stop them if they want to do it. He's not saying they will. But he's saying that we could. We could. They ain't going to stop us. Nintendo is, for Furukawa, there is no predictability anymore. This fucker is going to do whatever he wants when he wants. He has a plan. It's up in his head. I'm sure there's obviously some people that do know what the plan is at Nintendo. But that plan is, dude, Furukawa is just different. I think people are having a hard time accepting that he's different. It was funny too because, you know, I've been dealing with obviously a lot of the negativity around this stuff ever since I put that video up on Sunday where I said they will mention it this week. By the way, that's all I guaranteed it would be mentioned. Of course it was going to be mentioned. They mentioned it in every single investors meeting for 2 years.
Of course.
That was a very easy thing to say. It's going to. Yeah. Then I speculated that actually there could be more than just a mention. They might actually give us some news. Here's why. Here's the history of Nintendo giving news at investors meetings. And then we had other, you know, people I respect. I'll go with people I respect. Let's not talk about the haters. Go with people I respect. Kit and Krista. Respect the hell out of them. Former Nintendo employees. Absolutely listen to them more than me. They worked at Nintendo for a decade each. Like that's their experience with Nintendo trumps any experience that any of us have. But they put out a video saying that like Nintendo doesn't care about the investors like that. They're not beholden to them. But they never answered any questions about if that's the case, then why does Nintendo keep giving investors news? Because this isn't new. They were doing it back when they worked at Nintendo. They told us when NX was being released. Kate and Chris were working at Nintendo. They told us at an investors meeting when it was being released before they revealed the platform. They gave us the release date of the 3DS. Now, those were both when Kit and Chris were working there. So they experienced firsthand Nintendo giving investors information that normally you would put in a direct or some other major, and they did. They gave it to the investors, showing that Nintendo obviously must have cared somewhat or felt some obligation that they need to make investors feel good. And this is beyond the fact that the entire reason that they announced the NX when they did was because they announced the Dena partnership, and they didn't want investors to panic that they were leaving the console space. So like that was my thing. I was like, man, I appreciate your perspective on this. But also, is that perspective just Nintendo of America? Because Nintendo of Japan keeps dropping things at investors meetings. Like, it just keeps happening. Zelda movie last year, right? They didn't have to announce it then. They could have announced it anything. They could have waited for the next Direct. They had a February Direct. They could have put it in the February Direct. They didn't have to announce it then. They did it because, again, the financials are down year over year. They want the investors to feel good about the future of Nintendo when the numbers are not going to look as good as the year prior. Now, that being said, I bring all that up because in the end, what was really funny with Crit and Chris is they put out a second video after the numbers dropped, saying that Nintendo absolutely won't say anything about Switch 2. And then Nintendo, like, one of the first things they said when they met with the actual investors was, hey, it's backwards compatible. Hey, it's this. So what I'm throwing out there is, and this is not to like make fun of Kit and Krista for being completely wrong. They didn't work under Shintaro Furukawa. The point is, what Nintendo's doing today, there's nobody outside of Nintendo, even former employees, that know jack shit about what this guy's doing.
I do. He's the Godfather.
He's the Godfather at this point.
He gives us offers that we can't refuse.
All I know is I trust in Furukawa. That guy seems to know what the hell he's doing. And I love it. And I just pray to God Switch 2 is not holiday next year. I hope it's not. That might be the plan. And then the reveal in March, and that's cool.
Okay. That's okay.
Here's the thing. It's fine. I'm not going to like, oh my gosh, I had to play Metroid Prime 4 and Legends EA on Switch. My God, what a terrible way to enjoy my summer. Like, nah, that's awesome. But it's also kind of like, all right, Bo. All right, man. Once you reveal, like, I'm of mind the way I think Furukawa is acting like the moment that he dropped that tweet, that was the beginning of the marketing cycle for the next system. So, like, we're looking at this. Oh, so I think, like, when they do the reveal, and I think we're getting to the point that if it is 2025, not this year, it's not going to be a trailer. It's going to be a blowout.
Yeah, presentation. Yeah.
Big hour-and-a-half presentation. Could even be in person, like they did with Switch back in the day. And they just drop everything, and then the thing comes out in 3 months.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna see it, know its name, and a release window.
I was actually shocked. I thought after they said, "Oh, backwards compatible," like, "Oh shit, are they about to drop the name?"
Not necessarily like a trailer and a voiceover, but maybe just like a get ready, dude.
Yeah, get hyped thing. Yeah. And that's what some people think could happen at the Game Awards. Like, it's just a little tease, like a get hype tease.
Like kind of what Analog did with the N64 console. They just kind of like showed it. Like, get ready, dude.
Get ready, yeah. And they literally, it's like a 10-second dark dun 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 dun, and then it just fades in. Are you ready? And then goes away. No other information. It just says January, and we just go, what the fuck does that mean? Is that release date?
Switch attached.
And then obviously Nintendo eventually puts out the tweets. They're like, nah, more information in January. All right. But like, I don't know. Furukawa was just a madman. So like, I think the way he's viewing this now is this is all part of the marketing cycle. The first was saying it's coming, and we have an announcement about it. The next is actually revealing a couple features. Next will be the reveal, and then next after that, obviously the entire marketing cycle up to release. So I honestly think this is going to be a very short release, like reveal to release, because he feels like he's already been marketing it. And I know you might go, but he didn't put commercials for 9 months. He didn't, and. We're in a new age.
Yeah, it's commercials
are short. Attention spans are short.
People are not that patient anymore.
Commercials. You reveal it. No one's like, you reveal it. Teenagers ain't gonna give a shit 9 months later. They're gonna want that thing now. They're gonna want to pre-order it like within a week, and they're gonna want that shit in their house in a few months. So I kind of think it's actually really smart. By the way, we don't know any of this for sure. This is just my gut feeling that it's gonna be very short reveal to release, and that's why, like, guys, there's shipping data coming soon that's going to see if Nintendo's already mass manufacturing this bitch. Because if they are, it's first half next year, period.
Who recently came out? It was the same guy. I think you made a video on it. The same guy that owns some, I don't know if it was a development company or if it was an accessory company, one that's reconfirmed that it's coming out in March.
Oh yeah. You're talking about that Roberto guy or whatever who runs. Oh God, it said Vandal. Vandal's the outlet that reported on it. Who's on their podcast. He runs. He's a CEO of an accessory company.
Yes, he reconfirmed, right? That just
he said March. In his last fight, he said it's coming in March.
and that was what, a week ago?
And how he knows anything is the manufacturing partners that are helping him with his accessories told him it's coming in March. That's what he said.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. If I'm a CEO of a company, I'm not saying anything related to the Switch too lightly. I'm not going to say something unless I know I'm right.
Yeah, I don't know. People ask him when the shipment data comes out. It should be released by the 9th at the latest. But you might not get the data you want right away on the 9th because it's in a foreign language. It's got to be interpreted. But yeah, we'll basically know how many components are being made, how many T239s are being made. We'll know basically all that stuff. And if it hits the mass manufacturing stage, usually once that happens, assembly begins shortly after. And assembly is when the leaks come. If you guys are looking for manufacturing leaks, it's when assembly begins. When all the components are in one area being put together, that's when the pictures leak online and stuff. So
something you said kind of is like spinning in my head. Furukawa is different. He's the Godfather. I almost don't think we're gonna get a trailer. I think the tweet was okay. Buy with confidence, get your games. Enjoy your holiday season because in January we will get that big presentation, and then March the release, like a release window. But I think it's like, okay, I'm gonna give you a little crumb here. Buy your games. It's okay, buy your games. It's gonna be fine because he's a numbers guy. So he's like, I need to give him something so that they can continue purchasing our games, buying our games. So he's like, okay, it's backwards compatible. Just go ahead and buy all the games you want during the holiday season, right? Those of you who want to buy a Switch, you're gonna buy it anyway, so keep buying it. And in January, forget trailer, we're going full-fledged, big giant on-stage presentation for an hour with release date and everything that's included in there.
By the way, I'm off Team 2024. To be clear, I know Nintendo talks on. I'm off. I'm Team 2025. I know someone went in my comment section of my video today and said, "Hey, you can't do that. You can't leave. You lost. You lost the game." I'm like, "What game are we playing?" There's
not necessarily the full blowout.
Wrong. I'm just saying, like, there's no win. Like, it either is revealed or it's not. It's just speculation. Yeah. I'm off the Team 2024 train because, hey, it could still happen. It's possible.
They don't need to, though. They don't need to, though. Now they don't need to.
But it's also like Furukawa just said, hey, we don't really think it matters if we reveal this thing. Nothing's being hurt if we reveal it. So the question is if he thinks any sort of reveal this year would be beneficial. I don't know. Furukawa's playing a different game. We've all been playing chess or checkers. He's playing chess. I think that's the saying. Actually, no, he's not even playing chess. He's playing Chinese Go.
Listen.
More complicated.
You're talking about the Godfather. He's not going to the mattresses. He's laying on the mattresses. This color, tonight.
Those mattresses are being carried by Miyamoto and the rest.
For those of you who watch Godfather, that's a Godfather reference.
I'm gonna ride the 2024 train.
Yeah, you're gonna ride and die with 2024. Love it.
Not even like the full blowout, but like, hey, look forward to a January presentation or like the next success, like something specific to that. Kind of like what we got with this. Kind of like what we got with backwards compatible.
Yeah, I think he's gonna take the Twitter. I think he's gonna take the Twitter and do just that. He's gonna maybe later on in November, maybe during the holiday seasons. Everybody, we're so thankful for everything you've done for Nintendo.
Yeah,
just let you know, January we have a special announcement presentation to show you. Blah 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 blah. And
you know what they should do? They should upload a picture of it on Twitter, delete it after a minute, and just tweet out, "Sorry about that."
We technically got a couple more details about Switch 2. There was a data mine of that NSO playtest. And in that data mine, like one of the details is just like, yeah, we already knew 4K, right? It's got 4K support. That game will be able to be played on Switch 2. Is basically what you get out of that. Okay, cool. Not as if people didn't think that was possible. Anyways, however, there was also mesh shader support, which, by the way, Switch cannot do. Its hardware is not capable of mesh shaders. Mesh shaders began with the 2000 series of GeForce GPUs, and it's on all modern GPUs today. Even the Intel Arc ones and stuff, they all have mesh shader support because mesh shaders lets them draw a bunch of triangles and skip loading it to memory, so it actually just makes performance better. It's a very common thing today, but Switch is just that system that was so old it didn't have that support. This game has it, just kind of confirming something that's pretty obvious that it's Ampere or Lovelace or something and above. So it's just kind of confirming that it's a more modern architecture. Not really like it's a bigger deal for developers, but developers already have dev kits and already know. So like it's not. It's just kind of thrown out there. It's one little tidbit, just another little breadcrumb that Nintendo themselves is obviously making shit for Switch too, because it's in that NSO playtest. All right, I think we can move on to our next topic, Nintendo talk. Dealer's choice, baby.
Yeah, so I wanted to talk about a PH Brazil tweet.
It's a post. I got it.
It's a post.
I'll bring it up.
Welcome back to another edition of Is This Leaker Telling the Truth? So this is very interesting because they're basically saying that there will be a Nintendo Switch 1 Direct in February. Now, February Directs aren't like crazy. We usually get one
every year for the past 20 years.
Yeah, so this isn't like really news, but the fact that it's Switch 1 focused,
that itself is that's not surprising either, because Switch 2 will not be out in February, so therefore it has to be a Switch.
Yeah, so what he said here is someone was speculating on like what he thought was going to happen with feature directs and stuff. He just said there will be a February, from my understanding, Switch 1 focused direct. Might end up being just another partner showcase with a single or couple of first-party games, if even that. Though the Xenoblade Chronicles X announcement makes me think Nintendo doesn't care too much about showcasing these late ports in direct presentations. Hence why he's going like, hey, like it could be like a mini, but Nintendo doesn't really need that because they're not really caring to put that kind of attention on their stuff. But part of that third-party initiative, right? Maybe they really want to push the third-party games heavy on Switch 1 next year, so there could be a showcase just for the third parties.
I think bare minimum.
What he's hearing. And here's the, to be clear, he was correct on the last direct. He was correct on all those things being jammed into August, and he was correct on the June stuff. So like, he's been fairly reliable with the future direct sort of thing when he hears stuff. So
I believe him, but this one is just I think my cat that I really don't own a cat could have just guessed it, because there's the direct. It's gonna be for Switch.
Yeah.
Oh, the direct for Switch in February, because there's been a direct every single since 2020. Well, 2020.
Sure, yeah, no, saying there's going to be a direct in February, I don't think is like going on a limb.
Yeah,
but it's also one of those that like, well, hey, some people think Switch 2 is being revealed in January or February, but there's going to be a Switch 1 only thing. It feels some people feels a little weird, but I also go, well, Nintendo's planning to support Switch after Switch 2 is out, so like having a Switch 1 only thing, especially for third parties, doesn't sound that crazy, because you're probably going to want to separate out Switch 1 third party showcases from Switch 2. Because let's just be honest, the Switch 2 stuff's going to look significantly better visually.
Yeah.
And
if I had to guess, I think this is probably going to be kind of what we had earlier this year. It's probably going to be like a third party / indie thing. Like,
we had a partner showcase in February this year.
Yeah. And Nintendo started putting in all their directs dash Nintendo Switch, clearly showing that in the future they're going to be indicating like this is for Switch, this is for Switch 2. For these events. So, like they started doing that at the end of last year. So
I know what they're gonna do. They're gonna give us a semi-full Switch. They're gonna do exactly what they did with the Indie World Partner Showcase. They might give you a partner showcase / direct mini. The partner showcase is to push some partner games, and direct mini is to give us an update on games that are coming later in the year, like Pokemon ZA, Metro Prime 4, an update on that.
I think Pokemon will probably be at the Pokemon event.
Maybe some ports. Yeah, that Pokemon game and the Metro Prime 4, I really can't, with the Godfather now in place, I can't guess because he might just.
I'm going to say this.
He might be
look, if Nintendo doesn't bring Switch 2 to the Game Awards, which I think is a pretty slim chance, unless Furukawa's built different. He is different, so I'm not going to put it past.
Just walk on the stage with his little pinky.
I do think Metro Prime 4 Beyond could be at the Game Awards.
Listen, he's gonna walk on the stage and just show you his pinky, and in this pinky there'll be like the biggest giant ring.
There is a high likelihood
in the form of a.
Remember, Metroid Dread was nominated for Game of the Year at the Game Awards. There is a high likelihood Metroid Prime 4 will be nominated for Game of the Year next year. So showcasing it at the award show that it's going to be nominated at,
yeah,
I could see that actually making a hell of a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think there's zero chance Switch 2 is there because Nintendo, they like all the attention on them, dude. They go to the beat of their own drum. They want their own Nintendo Direct.
336 million Nintendo accounts.
Yeah.
Suck it.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it there, but
I'm thinking.
I just don't think they give that to Keeley.
Yeah.
No.
What?
As I said, the only reason that I even give there even a modicum of a chance, and I don't actually think it's going to be there, is just Furukawa's built different.
Mm-hmm.
And if Furukawa goes, hey, we have our market, but we're trying to take their market now. Because all these games are coming to our platform.
Yeah.
We want all these, like what if there's a bunch of AAA things in there? Nintendo wants their logo in those trailers.
Yeah.
Hey, I would start off the Game Awards revealing Switch 2, just the they don't even have to do much. A 10-second teaser with a logo.
I'll just watch
the logo starts appearing in every game shown after that. You know how big of a dub that is for Nintendo? Because all anyone's going to talk about from the Game Awards is all these fucking games are coming to Switch 2.
I agree. Does
that would be the only reason. It would just be because the third parties would really want.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
would really want that. But they also probably really wanted it for Gamescom, and they also probably really wanted it by now. Like we already have what is it? Yuka Replay coming out and be like, oh yeah, and Nintendo will tell you when we can.
Switch 2, very unlikely, but maybe, just maybe, we might get a Metro Prime update. Metro Prime 4 trailer.
Yeah, I do think Metro Prime 4 Beyond. I feel like that's like I don't want to say it's a given to be there, but I have like almost an expectation for it. One, we've only seen it once.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be, and it was in June, so it'll be about 6 months. So it'll be actually time to probably see it again. It is coming out next year. The Game Awards trailers are all about next year games. It is a trailer with a style that fits in with the audience that watches the Game Awards.
I was going to say
and it's probably going to be nominated for Game of the Year.
Mm-hmm. That's a very Game Awards game to show. It's a shooter. It's kind of dark, you know?
Yeah. So I think it really fits in. Could steal the show for a moment, especially if they, because right now we didn't really see much of the game. We see some insane gameplay going on. They announced multiplayer that looks more fun than Halo. I'm not saying they will, but I'm just imagine because Metroid has multiplayer. Metroid Prime 2 did, anyways.
Can you imagine every single Nintendo Direct moving forward for Switch 2? They just go like this.
They could. Dude, I kind of agree with Nate, dude. They show up Metroid Prime 4 at the Game Awards, but then at the end, there's a Switch and a Switch with a 2. That would be enough. That would be enough.
Yeah, they don't have to show like anything. And my thing is like
just a logo.
Like I even think, if again Nintendo totally steals the show if it's earlier in the show, so all the third-party companies can put the logo in. They don't got to say anything, just the logo. Oh, Assassin's Creed Shadows logo. Oh, Call of Duty logo. All of it has the logo because it's of course to be on PS5 and Xbox. Everyone knows that. But then when gamers wake up and they see, holy shit, everything's going to Switch 2. GTA 6 trailer logo. What the fuck? Everything's going to Switch 2.
Parappa the Rapper Switch 2.
Like, that would be the best. That would be Nintendo getting free marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, they don't have to say anything. They just have to drop a little thing with the Switch 2 logo, and that's done. And next thing you know, every trailer that has it in, it's like Nintendo just wins. They walk out of the Game Awards as the biggest winner, regardless of who wins the award.
Yeah, they're not even talking about the Game of the Year.
Yeah, all they're going to care about, I'm not going to say people won't care about Game of the Year. Game of the Year doesn't get a boost in sales when it wins, but it is going to be one of those things where, but coming out of it, everyone's just going to be like, shit, they fucking teased the Switch 2. And guys, did you see every fucking game is going to Switch 2? We thought this thing wasn't going to be powerful enough for this shit. What the fuck? Yeah. Like, that's all it's going to be. It's all anyone's going to talk about. I don't just mean, obviously, Nintendo content creators, IGN, Kind of Funny Games, all like these big outlets that talk about everything. It's just going to be Nintendo all the time at that point. They're just going to be like, what the fuck?
They're the same company, though.
yeah, IGN owns like everyone. They don't own Kind of Funny Games, to be fair. But
they own it. Nintendo Life, is it?
Yeah, they own Nintendo Life.
Yeah.
They own Nintendo Life.
I do think though, if this February Direct is true, which I think it will be, just based on the timing, if it is a Nintendo Direct, like, and not a partner thing, I don't think it's going to be a very good Direct. I mean, I'm just
if it's just Switch 1, I kind of like, okay, so you're gonna show Xenoblade, got it.
Donkey Kong, like,
Listen,
maybe-
any direct is a good direct, and I can tell you if they do a direct, they're gonna give you. I'm telling you, the fact that he mentioned backwards compatibility he's breaking the rules already. He's the godforsaken Godfather. Like, he's breaking the.
But they're not dropping any like
Listen,
huge Zelda or
not the main big giant
Yeah.
title, but with saying backwards
brand new
compatibility,
Kirby.
he's literally breaking the door open and saying, you know what, we can release a new game whenever we want. It doesn't have to be ports. It can be a brand new spanking new game. Either a new Mario and Luigi. I think they already did it.
Maybe it's a normal Nintendo Direct.
A new Star Fox game.
Where they explain the NSO playtest game and actually drop it and release it.
Yeah.
That could be it. They might need to do a big segment for that for the people that didn't get to do the playtest, so they understand that game. Which I don't know. You guys got to play it. I heard it. The more you play it, the better it got. You seem pretty fleshed out the more you played. That's all I heard about it.
You're gonna hate me, but I ended up not playing it. I didn't get around to playing it.
You fucker!
I should have gave you my code, dude.
What the fuck?
You haven't played it at all?
Yeah, halfway through the window when you're like, I ain't gonna play this shit.
I was so busy. Wait, is this still going on?
No.
Okay.
Now
it's done.
I played it and I recorded it.
Listen, I didn't play it and I got the link for the survey and I did the survey.
Bet is off now, bitch. Wasted an NSO code. You fuck. No.
Okay, was it worth it?
I think it's hot ship.
Well,
it looked like garbage.
Go to TED Talk for this shit.
It was very interesting.
I don't think it's not a real game. It's not a real game. I'm gonna say it. It's not a real game.
I recorded the gameplay in OBS just in case. Like, I just have it on my external hard drive in case this never gets released and someone wants to know about it 10 years down the road. I'll be like, oh yeah, I got some footage. Let me show it to you because it's not on the internet.
Yeah. I think I downloaded it from somebody too. So I got footage.
I think it's a real game, and I'll explain why. I watched an 8-hour live stream of it. Yeah, people were live streaming it. What are you gonna do? I'm on Nintendo, so I watched an 8-hour live stream of it, and it got really interesting. Like the very beginning was kind of okay, very tutorially, kind of feels like really basic, and then it got just more complex the deeper they got in, and like all these players competing against each other to take up as much land as possible. I actually watched them clear out a section of the planet, but then now they got to move on to the next section. And I'm like, oh, dude, there's actually some real skill and strategy to this shit. On top of that, they open up a microtransaction menu. Why is there microtransactions in a game that isn't real? That doesn't make any sense. You didn't buy anything. It didn't work. If you clicked on it to go to the eShop, it didn't load anything, but it was there. The more they played, the more I realized that I'm like, yeah, okay, maybe the beginning is not fleshed out. Maybe the graphics aren't fleshed out yet. But this feels like a product they're actually working on to be something because they're already thinking about ways to monetize it. This is going to be one of those games that's like free if you're an NSO subscriber, and they make extra money off of the microtransactions. And Animal Crossing is cool. But Animal Crossing doesn't work like this. This is a territory thing.
It could be. What
did Thunderstash think? I mean, you played it.
Yeah,
you hated it.
No, I didn't hate it.
Worst game he's ever played.
No, I played it. Yeah. I put
You think it's a real game?
I put probably 3 or 4 hours on it. You know, it was intriguing. I didn't have a ton of time to continue playing it.
Yeah.
And also, like, it's like, what are we really doing here?
But that's
because this is a play test, and it's like, you know, it's limited. Like, how much time do I want to put into this?
What I'm going to say about it is, after watching an 8-hour stream, I mean, they might not improve the graphics if this is a real thing. Because the way I look at this is Minecraft. The more you watch it, the more it's just a Nintendo Minecraft.
It's mechanics. It's what it is. It's a
Because
game.
That's all Minecraft is.
That's what I'm saying. It's just a world with certain mechanics that I think that they're testing the mechanics, the server, and I guess putting people in a place in a certain situation. Because I think there's something else they're testing behind the scenes.
I will fight you on this. I will fight you on this, Mike. Hard disagree. And I'm going to say why. My children play games exactly like this all the time.
Oh,
This
for
game
sure.
is-
I play Minecraft every day with my
This
daughter.
game is meant to be a massive, popular game with kids.
No.
They're hoping it's going to catch on because it's going to be for subscribers, and they're hoping it's the
All
next
about getting
Roblox.
that sub revenue and be like the next Roblox, baby.
Yeah, I think. Can I tell you what I think?
Content.
Can I tell you what I think? I think that this this is connected to a game like Animal Crossing in a way that you might have your own island or your own place, but then if you go online, you can meet with friends in a certain location and build there. Like a hub, like a place where you can kind of continue to expand. And when you go there, you see everybody kind of building or whatever. And they added extra mechanics to make it fun. Like if you're gonna get out of your zone, you can be attacked by somebody else or whatever. But that's just like, okay, if you do this, do that. They're trying to keep you in your zone. Don't get out of there. We want to see what you can do here. And so
you have to go out of your zone to get the supplies for your zone.
Yeah. So you gotta get out of your zone, get your supplies in. But if you stay out too soon, somebody else can come in and destroy you and assassinate you or something.
Sure.
But
like in Minecraft.
No.
Actually, also in Roblox. There's areas in Roblox.
Oh, you're talking about Minecraft, the mini games, the server games?
Yeah.
Yeah, server games.
This whole thing is user-generated content. It's all built around. That's what I'm saying. If they're putting together all this giant playtest built around user-generated content, that's literally what the kids are into, man.
Minecraft is not user-generated content. Yeah, that's Roblox. Roblox is user-generated content. Minecraft is a server, and there's big company servers that kind of host their own.
I know. Mike, you don't gotta explain Minecraft. I'm well aware of what Minecraft is. There's a lot of user-generated content in Minecraft. It's not official. You're thinking of like it's on a store. You open the app and you get
developers. The more developer generated.
Yeah. Roblox promotes the user-generated content. You just log into the Roblox app, go play the copyright.
Yeah, Roblox is bigger because I can go to Roblox right now.
Yeah.
As a user and create my own game.
But there are tons of content and games made by fans for Minecraft, and they don't.
Yeah. I gotta look it up because I've never seen one.
Yeah, they don't.
Whatever it is, I don't think it's geared towards us. I think this is a younger.
Yeah, I think it's just for kids. I really think this is and again, I could be wrong. And Mike could be right, by the way. I was also speculating way back when, before I saw the 8-hour gameplay. Oh, this is just a test for some bigger game. But after watching it, I'm like, no, dude. The more I watch, the more this is exactly what my kids are already doing in other games. This is literally perfect for fucking kids. Mm-hmm. It's a crack addict game. It just keeps you playing nonstop. When you leave, things happen in the world. Yeah, just like when you leave these other games.
Yeah. You can buy a Mario hat for $1.99. Like something like that.
Could be
characters. So there'll probably be some in-game currency. You'll be able to buy it. Just like you can, like the moment that I saw the microtransaction menu come up, I'm like, okay, come on.
Yeah.
Like, come on. All right. This is literally like all the other games. And I'm
like, maybe Nintendo gives you NSO currency every month.
We have to remember. Here's another reason why I think that this is a game that they're actually going to be a product and released for kids, and it'll be free if you have an NSO account. I bring it up because it might even be free without an NSO account. I have no idea. Might just be free to play in general. But Nintendo, if you look at they didn't put out the graph this time. They did it in an investors meeting last year. The graph that shows the average age group of the people playing their platform, it's massively skewed to 25 plus. Massively. It's like 70% of the audience is 25 plus, 85% is 18 plus, which means Nintendo's not that big with kids. Kids like the movies. They know who Mario is. But I'll even talk about my kids. They're playing on their tablets. They ain't playing on the Switch. Not often. They'll play on the Switch once in a while. But if I'm a parent and I look at, my kids are spending more time on a tablet than a Switch, why would I buy them a Switch? I think that's the idea of this game, is to give parents and kids a reason to want to play on the next platform or even on Switch, to want to play this instead of on a tablet. Because one thing about what did Nintendo put in those documents today? Hey, we care about being like a safe place for people to play. Tablets aren't that safe. You have access to everything, and parents can lock it down, but parents are kind of bad at locking things down, and kids are very good at finding ways around locks.
Yeah.
On Switch, though, we don't even have a web browser.
Yeah, that's the number one reason why Minecraft is on Switch, but Roblox isn't, because Roblox is open source. You can go in and there make whatever game you want and add anything you want whatsoever. And Minecraft is controlled. You have to be approved, and
Roblox is full.
So one is Walmart, one is Target.
The fact that Roblox has some. They're gonna get in trouble one day. I'm just gonna say this: they have lots of copyright shit just blatantly in the app.
For sure, yeah.
That is not being. And I know that we got the TOS don't mean shit. We have seen other games get in trouble for what Roblox is doing. Someone's eventually coming after Roblox to knock off that shit.
Somebody redid Minecraft inside of Roblox.
Yeah. So anyways, my whole point was that I do think that this is something that Nintendo's just trying to get in with the kids, because they want to grow. Because I think Nintendo's not stupid. They see the numbers. We have a really big adult demographic, but they're aging. We don't have a big child demographic. We need to start hitting with the kids. And I know we could talk about Princess Peach Showtime and Animal Crossing and all these games, the cozy game. Well, these are all playing what kids are playing.
Mm-hmm.
Just not what they're playing. I mean, Animal Crossing. Now, I know I'm an adult, but as I run around and I talk to people out in the real world, I don't know a single fucking kid that's playing Animal Crossing.
I am.
All adults. Now, I'm not saying that, by the way, it's my experience. There's obviously kids playing every single game. Okay, that even exists. From Zelda to Call of Duty to Mario to some horror game that's M-rated they shouldn't be playing either. Right? Kids are technically playing everything, right?
Yeah.
But it seems there's a heavy skew that adults are mostly playing these games. And that's fine. It's one of the big arguments that hey, Nintendo actually does make things for everything, because these look like kid games, but they're appealing to adults. But that also means that what's happened with Nintendo is the games they make are no longer the kind of games kids are looking to play. So they need to bring out a game or multiple that hit on the kind of games kids are playing. And so that's why when I watched this thing, I was like, man, kids are playing Roblox, kids are playing Minecraft, and this is very much like that. This actually kind of makes sense. And parents might trust this more than something where you got to be on a cell phone, you got to be on a tablet.
It kind of would be the perfect launch game for Switch too. A free game. It's kind of like a pack-in game, but
and it'll be on Switch, obviously, because they did a playtest on Switch.
Yeah, you're kind of convincing me a little bit, Nate. You it's
a kid argument. That's why I think it's real. The more I watch it, I'm like, yeah, it looks fun, but also, I don't want to wake my kids up right now because I'm watching this in the middle of the night. I kind of want them to come watch us and see if they want to play it.
I kind of think it should be Switch 2 only.
Yeah.
It would be a really good pusher for parents to get Switch shoes early for their kids. But I also think that Nintendo knows that the huge audience is on Switch, and if the idea is for it to be a kid game, it being on Switch can make a lot of sense because Switch prices are going to come down, making it a very popular device to buy for children. Yeah. So
what if this is actually Nintendo Switch Online? You go and online and you see all the people there, all the people just hanging out, right? There's mini games everywhere, right? When you log into NSO, you log in, you see people, you can interact with people, build.
Yeah, you want to get to your Nintendo Entertainment System. You got to fight through a horde of humans.
Right.
I would hate that.
It's
so annoying.
I'm just trying to play some Double Dragon. Get out my fucking way.
Yeah, I want my boring menus.
You swing with the little spider web.
Anyways, so I do think this could be something in the direct. I know we kind of went on a separate tangent on it because obviously we don't know what this thing is because Nintendo. I mean, we know it's technically a game, but we don't really know anything else.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, so that's something I can see them put in there. Besides that, I don't really know. Nintendo, obviously, PH Brazil put out there there's a Wii and DS game being remastered or whatever. And yeah, I'm sure there is. Nintendo's remastering a bunch of shit, right? So there's gonna be a Wii and DS game remastered for Switch. No, really?
Mario Galaxy 2.
Yeah, I just think that I look, a direct in February doesn't shock me. A direct only for Switch 1, that's the part that kind of gets me a little bit. But then I also remember, what if they did a big blowout for Switch 2 in January or February, they wouldn't really need to have suddenly a direct for Switch 2. Probably don't need a direct for Switch 2 until after Switch 2 comes out.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I agree.
So like, I guess I could see where like, hey, yeah, this thing is coming, but we're still trying to sell Switch stuff. So I think it kind of all lines up. I don't know if it'll be like a big general direct, but I can see them doing like a mini that has a couple of their games in it with third parties, or just straight up it's just third party.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's software. So software is software. They already confirmed that software is coming forward with
I'm already pretty sure we're gonna have another indie world in like December or something. I just have a feeling.
I think if we have a direct in February, Metroid Prime 2 and 3 will.
Yeah.
Oh, that's be nice shadow drops.
For sure.
I think it needs to.
I'm hoping it's a combo pack.
I mean, it has to, guys.
That'd be especially if they've already started marketing 4 again.
4.
And you're like, hey, we drop 1 and 2 before 4's out.
It has to with the timeline. So I think if February is the direct month, basically whenever we get the next direct, I'm expecting Prime. It's got to be there.
And Wind Waker and Twilight Princess.
Oh, I mean, those are just
those would be really nice for sure.
At least one of them.
I can, if the thing is they're waiting for Switch 2 for 4K, I can wait.
Same here.
I can wait. I can wait.
I'd gladly take that.
If that's the reason, I'd rather be in 4K on my big TV. That'd be nice. Plus, that also means it's actual upgraded experience over the Wii U.
What if it's 4K compatible when it releases on Switch?
Well, I don't care.
Down.
Same
Yeah.
thing.
Why would I not be down for cross gen?
I know that's what I'm saying.
I don't think Nintendo's going to do a ton of cross gen. I've been on record saying that because they're on record saying that they believe software sells systems. Software can't sell a system if you don't need to buy the system to play the software.
Well, everything is cross gen right now. Everything by Switch plays on.
I think it's only going to be Metroid Prime 4.
Compatibility. I think people, Mike, you're just so bullshit. Backwards compatibility is not the same thing as cross gen, Mike.
Yeah, it is. It is. You're taking one generation with you and bringing it to the next. That's what cross gen is.
It's only going to be Metroid.
No, that's why we call it backwards compatibility. Cross gen's its own term.
And it doesn't
Yeah.
make
I think Metroid is probably going to be the only one because it absolutely needs it in order to catapult it.
Yeah.
Mike's trying to take over the Andres restart role of pushing my buttons.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Been a while. All right. Let's get to our last topic. Stash, what are we dealing with here? Because
well, we're really just going to recap how amazing
Nintendo is. And Furukawa, the Godfather.
How amazing the Switch has been. And there's a nice little infographic here that I'll share. Let me get it pulled up. And
hell yeah.
This really helps to just illustrate how many games we had, guys.
Insane.
A lot.
Insane.
A couple hundred.
Let's go. Here we go. All right.
Got it.
Now, this is a very nice infographic.
Come on, man. Come on.
And
I like how they put the Mario Kart.
By the way, this isn't even all of Nintendo's published games.
Yeah.
These are just like the biggest ones.
The notable ones.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe we go. Let's go.
Dude, imagine showing this to a Wii U owner in freaking 2016.
Every fucking year.
Hey,
It's better, man.
Just show it to an Xbox owner.
Let's go 250%. Get a little custom zoom for you guys there.
I appreciate it.
Here we go.
Yeah, Mike's like, what the hell's on
I
the
appreciate it.
screen, dude?
I only see like a whole bunch of little dots.
So 2017. This is a little recap, and we can maybe talk about what we remember here. 2017, we had Breath of the Wild, of course.
Wild of the Breath.
1-2 Switch. And I believe these are in order. 1-2 Switch, Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're in order. Yep.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe went on to be the best-selling Mario Kart of all time, best-selling Nintendo game of all time outside of Wii Sports.
Yeah, Wii Sports. Yep.
Which
is a
pack-in title.
Yeah.
So it depends on how you want to look at that, right? If you count the Wii U, it sold 70 million.
72.
Yeah. Beautiful. ARMS. I'm still hoping we're going to get the sequel, Armbar.
Legs.
What do you guys think?
Legs. We need legs.
Dude, they did Arms dirty, man.
Featuring
Literally,
Ken Shamrock.
a month later, they killed all the hype
If
with
they
Splatoon.
don't give me legs, I'm gonna riot.
No, I need neck.
Just neck. Dude, they killed Arms, dude. Arms has the best multiplayer
Dude,
system.
Arms rocks. It needed some more content for the single player, but man,
Yeah.
it was so good.
Yeah.
Love the characters, love everything about it.
Yeah, the gameplay is amazing.
Splatoon 2.
Yeah,
Great.
Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
hell yeah.
Now that's a Ubisoft title, and I do wonder if we're gonna get more crossovers with Ubisoft on Switch too.
Which is the
Just
you mean
because
the
of,
Mario
you
plus
know,
Rabbids?
Which is because everything going on with the company,
I think so.
their stock
Yeah.
prices.
I can
You
see
know.
an Assassin's Creed Zelda crossover.
I'm rooting for Ubisoft.
I think that would be rad. The
Is it-
Assassin's Creed crossover.
They won't have parkour. Hardcore parkour.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm rooting for Ubisoft. They're the only company giving me codes right now. If I lose them, I don't know what I'm doing myself.
Yeah, they're actually very nice about giving codes.
Yeah.
We got Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Great game.
And who could forget a true classic, Snipper Clips.
Wow. Yeah.
I feel like Snipper Clips
That
was
happened.
earlier than that.
Yeah,
If
I always
it-
thought
if
it was
it's
an
an
order.
was.
Who knows?
It was. So it's not in perfect order.
Yeah.
I thought maybe it was, but
Snipper
Snipper Clips was that a launch title?
I feel like it was close to launch.
He was close to launch. for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I'll put it up here. That's a
And-
really good game too.
Very long.
That's a very fun couple game. Me and Yulia have played a lot of that one.
Like the first indie kind of on
And
Switch.
Super Mario Odyssey.
So good.
Yeah, Snipper Clips was a launch title.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So again, we've said it a million times on here, but it's like if we get a 3D Mario next year, which I believe we will, I think we all believe that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's also the 40th anniversary of Nintendo releasing in America. Came out in October 1985.
Have they ever
In New York?
celebrated a round number?
Hmm?
Have they ever celebrated a round number? Because I've always seen like 25th, 35th, 45th, 45th. or
Yeah,
25th.
they've done 30th,
They're on 30th before,
did?
for sure.
Yeah, and I think they kind of have to
20th.
because you're launching a console on
Yeah.
the 40th anniversary of the U.S. release, and
You
we
know,
are the biggest market.
We also have to remember though, like the 40th anniversary thing, they now got theme parks they can put huge celebrations and drive
For
people
real.
to. And so like there's actually more reasons now to even
Yeah,
celebrate
you're right.
the
You're right.
Yeah, they could
Yeah.
probably do a huge
Birthday cake.
rollout of it if they want to.
Yeah.
I mean, God, how cool would it be to get NES themed Joy-Cons or NES themed Switch, like the GBA SP that I
Yeah,
have. I got the NES one. Love
That
it.
would be so sick.
It would be
Yeah.
sick.
I
I would buy
special
that.
systems.
That would get me to double dip year one if they did that.
Mhm.
One note about 2017, besides Breath of the Wilds, this is probably the worst launch lineup. Like not all these games, but the launch lineup was terrible. It was freaking 1-2 Switch, Bomberman, Snipper Clips. Like
Oh yeah, for sure.
there
It
wasn't
was
a lot
pretty
going on.
small.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, most launch lineups for most systems are really small. Like that's not unusual.
Yeah. They
The-
kind of had to win.
The question
development
is
side.
if there's a banger. Well, there was a banger, all right. It won game
Oh,
of the
yeah.
year.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It
Zelda
didn't
was
matter
good.
with Zelda.
Yeah,
the
it didn't matter.
beginning.
And then here's the thing: what made 2017 so great was the cadence. You didn't have to wait that long for the next game and the next game and the next game. It just kept coming.
Yeah.
Well, Cadence of Hyrule didn't come out till later.
Good game.
Yeah, it is. So Mario Odyssey, again, was going to say is 8 years later, it looks like, right? Because I think we're all expecting 3D Mario to come out next year, whether it be at launch or whether it be the big holiday flagship title, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
8
We did
years,
get-
man. Does it feel like that?
We did
No.
get. We did
Yeah.
get. I think we did get a glimpse of what they're gonna do with Mario, which is Bowser's Fury. That's my favorite Mario right
Sure.
now. My first 3D Mario.
I'm gonna say it has felt like 8 years for me.
It
'Cause, like,
has for me too.
I booted it up the other day, and I'm like, yeah, we've had a lot of Mario games because we always get a lot of Mario. It's their biggest IP. It's their mascot.
Yeah.
But like, we haven't had anything like Odyssey. Like even when I go to like Bowser's Fury, like it's fun.
Yeah.
It's not Odyssey.
I will say it hasn't felt that long because, dude, look at all these years, man. We've been fed Mario.
Yeah,
but
I don't
not a
I don't
3D.
feel like I'm lacking Mario in my life, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It
But
does
yeah,
make sense
3D.
because that's how I feel too. I'm not lacking.
After
And Bowser's Fury too kind
the
of gave me
last
that.
big platform they had was Wii, and I felt
I
very
like-
well.
I like
Galaxy
Bowser's
1
Fury
and
more than
2.
Odyssey.
I always thought we were going to get an Odyssey 2, and it just never happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bowser's Fury kind of gave me that.
Enough.
That was what? Oh, 2021.
Yeah. I like Bowser's Fury better than Odyssey.
Well, you're wrong. No.
Now that's a hot take.
That is a hot take.
It's a hot take.
It's actually not very long. It's pretty short.
2018, guys.
It has 120 stars. I'd say it's as long as Mario 64 was.
The year of the ports, 2018.
Well, it had the green stars too, right?
You mean what?
Yeah, there are
Bowser's
two different
Fury?
stars you could collect in Bowser's Fury.
Yeah, Cat Shines.
No, I mean in Odyssey, right? Odyssey
I
had,
had the moons.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah,
moon.
Yeah, the moons.
was it the green moons?
Yeah.
The yellow moons. Yeah, they're gonna fill in the
I liked that they had moons after the game. You know, like
Yeah.
yeah.
that added content.
Yeah,
I
Oh, yeah,
appreciated that. And the Santa suit, I can say that, right?
yeah.
This
Really?
isn't spoiler territory.
Okay, come on now.
Oh my god.
We're good.
Dude, that was so cool. The
2000
Santa suit and the Mario 64.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
nice.
That was so cool. That definitely hit a soft spot for me because going into the Mario 64 suit and then going around Princess's castle at the end of the game, I'm like, man, this is so cool.
That was dope.
Yeah, that was really dope.
Yeah, it was special. So 2018,
Mm.
up the ante.
The year of Bayonetta, baby.
Yeah, the butt
Ports,
So
man.
yeah, Kirby Star Allies,
game.
Bayonetta 1 and 2, Mario Tennis Aces. And is that it's hard to see. Is that the sushi game?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sushi Striker. Sushi
Which
Striker.
I like. I like that game.
Yeah,
a
it's
lot.
also on 3DS, but it was a fun game. See, that to me, that's the one that I'm like, Nintendo, cool concept. Why didn't you make this into a mobile game? This should be your mobile app.
Yeah.
It would have been perfect for a phone.
They did. They put that on 3DS too.
Yeah,
one?
it was perfect for a phone. I don't know what they were thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Good. It's a fun game.
Yeah.
Tropical Freeze,
Yeah.
which that was a great release because again, we all know that not a lot of people played the Wii U, so rightfully so, bring it to Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Super Mario Party, and
Did
The-
numbers
yeah, and that came with a set of Joy-Cons, right?
at the
It
There
time
was a pack. Yeah.
Yeah.
at launch. Yeah.
So that was nice for sure. Xenoblade Chronicles
2.
2, and that's the DLC.
DLC. Yep.
Torna.
It was $40. Yeah,
Yep.
And
it just
again,
went up in price a lot.
just
since
to
then.
remind you guys that this is not a complete list of Nintendo stuff. Definitive Edition's not on there, and that was a huge release that year.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, that came out in 2020.
Oh, was that 2020? I thought that was sooner.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it's 2020.
it's hard to believe though.
Oh, that was 2020. Damn, dude. God, I'm old.
I know. I know.
Getting old, dude.
Captain Toad, Treasure Tracker.
I was glad that game came back.
I do too. I really like Captain Toad.
That's
It
like a
was
top
very
5
fun.
game for me.
That game's awesome.
I freaking love that game.
It is really
They
fun.
added new content to it for Switch. That was nice.
The only Captain Toad I played was with the one that came with the Mario game. And
Oh, 3D Land.
yeah, 3D Land.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I should pick it up then. You guys
And
should-
then
and then
one of the biggest hits.
yeah, 35 million
35 million as a fighting game.
fighting game. Insane. Yeah, it's insane when you put it that way too.
Yeah.
Like, fighting games don't do these kind of numbers.
A game that truly lived up to its title, Ultimate.
Ultimate.
Mhm.
Ultimate.
Like, in no way is it not Ultimate, unless like what online play, right?
And
That
you
could
guys gotta remember,
be improved.
this 2018 is widely considered one of the weakest years for Switch
Yeah.
because like it relied heavily on like ports. But dude, that's when Smash came out, man.
Yeah.
That was a big in there.
Every year has like that one anchor game, I feel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah, the Pokemons.
Yeah, they're
The
new,
first
right?
time Pokemon came to the home console
Let's go.
That was huge.
with
That's cool.
Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee,
Dude, seeing the Pokemon in the wild was
and you
sick.
had the ball
That's a good one.
controller.
Oh yeah, the
Ooh.
ball. Yeah, I have that one. I have that control.
Yeah.
Dude, Let's Go looks great. I
Yeah.
think Let's Go is like one of the best looking
It
Pokemon.
looks really good. Yeah,
Did you use the ball controller?
I did.
How
I
was it?
did.
Was it cool?
Yeah, it was fine. I mean, like Pokemon, you only need what? A control stick and 2 buttons. That's all you really need to play. But like being able to kind of like hit the thing and like do the little ball toss, it was nice.
It was a little awkward. I don't prefer
I
it.
liked it.
Yeah.
Well, you're wrong. No, I'm just kidding.
Then we got Labo, the launch of Labo.
What a flop.
Still have it.
Listen, this Labo thing, I keep saying Nintendo, just take your boxes and turn them into Labos. The actual box of the Nintendo Switch so we can recycle.
Mm.
You know, like something.
Yeah,
like
so you're done with it and people throw it in the trash.
a wheel or something.
When you guys first saw the trailer for Labo, did you immediately think like, what the hell are they doing, dude?
I thought
I did.
I kind of got what they were doing. So like if you guys know the YouTuber was it Mark Rober? He created this product called Crunch Labs, which is like doing like physics-based things for like parents and kids to build together. And that's kind of like what Nintendo was going, not necessarily the physics-based thing, but they were going with this idea of like getting parents and kids to do projects together and build really cool things. Like I remember one thing I did with my kids is we built birdhouses one summer. So like it's kind of the vibe Nintendo was going for. The problem is that like once you build it and you play with it once, it's kind of like one of those.
It's like, what do I do with
Now what do I
40
do with
pounds
it?
of cardboard? Yeah.
Yeah, like now I don't know what to do with. I have this giant backpack where I made this punching robot mech game, cool. And then after I play it once, I kind of don't really feel like going through the effort to put it all back on to play again.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was cool how they integrated Labo with some games though. Like Mario Kart had Labo, right? And like Zelda had
Breath of the
Labo.
Wild, yeah, the VR part. You could like hold it to your, which by the way, the worst way to play both those games.
Just awful.
They didn't give you a headset. Like it was, you had to hold it to your face. Well,
Yeah.
now you're playing Mario Kart. So then you got to put the Joy-Cons on the side and smush it against your head and try to. It's like, no, this is not good.
I love how the patent looks like people like putting.
I'm like, who thought it was a good idea to not include a strap? That's all we needed.
Hilarious.
But
Yeah.
there were third-party ones you could buy, obviously. But
Yeah.
man, great. I mean, look, and by the way, 2018, widely considered the weakest year.
Yeah.
That and maybe 2020.
Yeah. I could see that.
2020 has Animal Crossing.
But yeah, I know, but that was like the big anchor game.
And 3D Mario.
I mean,
Yeah, they acknowledged it there.
they acknowledged they released it anyways.
Right?
Yeah, interesting.
And
2019 was good though. I mean, you still had more. You still had another Wii U port. You still had Mario Brothers Deluxe.
Yep.
Mhm.
But you got Mario Maker.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
That was fun. The community around that was a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
Huge.
I wasn't big into creating them. I like to play them, and I liked that I could go online and people would post what they've created, and you can go try it out. Some people did a really good job.
Crazy. Yeah.
That game had a story mode where Nintendo built all the levels. That's what I enjoyed, and then I stopped playing it.
Yep. Yoshi's Crafted World.
Play the
How's it
demo.
going?
I haven't played it. Yeah, I played the demo.
Thought it was good.
Tetris 99. I forgot
Yeah.
that came
Oh.
physically because it was like buying NSO, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I bet that's
That was
rare.
a code in the box. I think.
Very rare. Yeah. Somebody. Was it a code? Was it a code?
I don't know. I don't actually know.
I think so.
That would be cool to find out. I mean, yeah, if it's a code. But at least the box is rare.
Then you had what? Fire Emblem,
Three houses.
Three Houses.
Great
In the
game.
backyard.
Great game.
Cul-de-sac. Yeah.
2 rooms, 3
Marvel
bathrooms.
Ultimate Alliance 3.
Oh, another good one.
A lot of people forget about that one.
Yeah, I played that. I played that at E3 that year before it came out.
That was big that year because isn't that a exclusive?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's exclusive. Nintendo
Yeah.
Published it.
Which
they
one?
paid for it. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. That's why
Oh,
it
yeah,
hasn't been
yeah,
anywhere else.
I played it.
Nintendo
I played
has the
it.
rights. The
I
publisher.
love that game.
They had some DLC as well, right? Had a couple.
We
I
had
think.
2019, the final E3, because we just pretend the other one didn't happen.
Yeah.
So sad. Rip.
Luigi's Mansion 3.
Mm.
That was a good
Hey,
one.
Obviously, that sold gangbusters
What
too.
a banger that game is, man.
This is the year I started YouTube. That's my first.
Oh, wow.
LM3, man, dude, one of my
2019.
favorite Switch games.
I joined YouTube in 2019. Well, I started the Mike Odyssey channel in 2019.
God, 19 was such a good year, dude. We have Astral Chain.
Yeah.
Link's Awakening.
Game was off the
Link's
chains.
Awakening wasn't a full remake of Link's Awakening.
What is the one to the right of Pokemon?
Brain training.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Right,
okay.
right, yeah,
Yeah.
the Age game, yeah.
We need it. Where is it?
And Sword and
Okay.
Shield. Oh, and by the way, Sword and Shield, really big deal. So was a game with an accessory, Ring Fit Adventure.
I still have it in the box. I know I need
That
to
was a
use
big
it,
deal.
but I
Still selling. To this
you
day,
get-
that game is still selling.
Did you guys
have
play it?
brand new in the box
I have not.
there.
Ring Fit Adventure, yeah. I played
played
the
it.
hell of the game.
Yeah, I
It's a
played
great
it.
workout
good.
game.
That game kicks your ass, I heard.
It does kick your ass.
Yeah.
The bodybuilding dragon.
Hardest mode. Good luck.
It's a bodybuilding dragon, dude. It's bodybuilding. It makes you feel ashamed of yourself.
It
when you're
yells at
playing
you
it.
if you
It's
don't do
pretty
the proper form.
It
And
body
it
shames
knows.
you.
It knows that you're not doing the proper form. It's really good about being like, nah, you can't fake this shit.
Nah, I saw
When you're
gameplay.
doing the
I'll be
dance
careful.
games, you know, like you do like Just Dance, you can kind of just wrist flick and you don't have to actually do the moves. No, it fucking knows. It calls you on your shit and makes you
It
do it.
knows. I'm
Yeah.
calling from inside the house.
It's not like the power pad days
No,
where you could trick the power pad.
no, yeah, you can't. Yeah, jump
can't.
off it and then tap it.
Yeah, yeah.
Nah, I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna pay
Classic.
now. I'll just keep it in the box.
All right. So yeah, 2019 was a big year. Link's Awakening remake. That was a really big surprise. I think
I loved it.
if
Yeah.
we all remember how we
And none
felt
of
when
us
we
thought
first
that
saw
was
that.
coming. Yeah.
That was cool. And I was happy to get Mario U Deluxe because I felt like, again, that was a game that could perform much better on the Switch.
Yeah, that was nice.
Nabbit.
2020. So obviously, yeah, it was the year of Animal Crossing. And then that took off
Yep.
Yep.
for, a variety of reasons. And it'll be interesting to see how it does on Switch 2 without the
Without
pandemic.
I've played every single Animal Crossing game since the GameCube. Like since the GameCube.
Yeah.
Animal Crossing is like the New Horizon is like man, that brought my family together like crazy. Like my wife, my daughters, myself. We still do it sometimes. Like I'm like my daughters are building my island my island like brand new. They're gonna surprise me in what they do. So that game is like very like special to us, So
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. It is special to a lot of people, huh?
They created a huge fan base. People buying Switches because of that game.
exactly, yeah.
I think the next one will do maybe not as well, but I think it'll do 40 plus million.
Yeah, I personally think that this game meant so much to so much people, and it arrived at the right time in our history. That when people see the next one, they're gonna feel so connected and remember how that game made them feel. They're gonna grab it even if they don't spend as much time as they did with this one. I think they're still gonna grab it and it's gonna do very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
You make a good
Very
point.
important,
You do.
very
There's an
important.
emotional connection.
Yeah, I mean, why are we here now? Why are we talking games? Because of an emotional connection that we had at an earlier age, with gaming. So
Yeah, I do think that's like the one game that when the next one comes, some people are gonna be like really reminiscing like back to the whole pandemic and everything they went through and family, and it's just gonna be like kind of like a return home feeling.
Yeah,
for a lot of
yeah,
people.
yeah.
Yeah, because that's a shared connection.
Yeah.
man.
Very
That's-
community driven.
That's going to be the
even
name
though-
too. Animal Crossing
Even
Return
though you
Home.
play a lot of single player in it and the multiplayer is all optional, still very, very big community around that.
Being locked in and visiting a friend through their island, it was just like an escape.
Especially when
Yeah.
you visit them in real life at the time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was cool. Yeah, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
Yep.
That one I did not know existed. Sorry, Pokemon fans.
And then you had the what is it? FE. Forget this game.
Yes.
Fire Emblem. Is it Fire Emblem?
No.
Yes. No, it is. It's Fire Emblem Cross Shin Megami Tensei. It was originally a Wii U game.
Oh yeah, yeah.
eShop.
It's very fucking. It's not. No, it's fucking good. It's like a game of the year level game. If you actually fucking play, it's so fucking good.
And
I didn't buy it on Switch because I already beat it on Wii U, but dude, this game is masterpiece. Absolute masterpiece.
So I should play that.
Probably, yeah. Really good.
Good. Paper Mario Origami King.
I was good. People didn't quite like it too much, but I liked it. It was my first Paper Mario because I didn't play the earlier ones. Because Paper Mario kind of came from Mario RPG, right?
Well, it came. The first Paper Mario was on 64.
Yeah, and that kind of spawned out of Mario RPG into Paper Mario.
Because Nintendo made their own Mario RPG because Square wasn't making it anymore.
Yeah. So I wasn't too much into Mario RPG in the NES era, and so that's why I probably kind of skipped it. But I bought Paper Mario for the Nintendo Switch. That was my first one, and then actually Paper Mario Thousand Year Door on Switch is my second one.
Nice. Yeah, the battle system was.
It's better on Thousand Year Door.
It was a sticking point for a lot of people.
Yeah, although I really do like. I don't think it's bad. I just think it's different. The battle system for Origami King, it's very interesting because it's like a wheel where you have to kind of time your shots and everything. So if you are a chess player, you're gonna love it. And I think that because I love to play chess. I love strategy games and I love puzzles. So having that kind of battle system where you have to kind of really plan out your moves and kind of look, instead of just pressing a button, attack. You know what I mean? You have to really strategize there. So I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah, my lady played it and she beat it. I didn't have time. I was too busy working. I said, "Here, you can play it right now. Just start a new file, please."
Dude, for a pandemic year, that's a pretty solid year, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. The 2020 was the least amount of games you're seeing, right? It's the least amount. Obviously, not a lot of new. Still relying a lot on remasters, but the gotta remember, this is a year that everyone was struggling to get games out. And then 2021 was even worse for a lot of companies. And we already see ahead of 2021. Yeah, not Nintendo. Maybe everyone else.
They got 7 games and 8. They got 8 games out.
We had one little slowdown year. Now is it.
Yeah.
And
it's crazy because Animal Crossing was originally supposed to come out in 2019 and it got delayed.
Yeah.
That's probably the best delay of all time.
Best delay ever.
Yeah.
The best mistake ever. That game in the center, is that the one where that has all the mini games?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one blew up.
Dude, that one for us was awesome because that was the first time we got bowling or something like that, just like the Wii.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wii style bowling in it.
Dude, I had 80 hours in that game.
That game was
so good.
That game
is
the
dart one.
I mean, here's the thing: it's a bunch of classic games
in
one package, and they all play very well.
Exactly. Yeah.
It doesn't feel like trash. A lot of times you get these compilations this is just kind of garbage. No, it actually plays well.
Yeah.
Good. Did any of you or anyone in the chat get the Mario Live Circuit?
No.
I did.
I downloaded the app.
I actually saw gameplay. It's kind of dope.
Mario Live Circuit is so good.
If I was a kid, I would have been.
Dude, I enjoyed it. My kids loved it, but yeah, making your own courses in your home. The only thing is, it's when I'm an adult doing it, I'm like, God, we're making a big fucking mess.
Yeah,
I gotta clean this fucking shit up after this.
That is such a cool idea.
If I was a kid, I just don't give a shit. My parents will deal with it.
Yeah, so it comes with these check mark things, and that's how the course is created. And then
yeah. You create the course with the cardboard things. It has a camera on it. It sees it, so it registers the course as you drive around it, and then you race after that. And you're on your Switch, and it brings characters and obstacles in. And if you're watching in real life, it looks really funny in real life. When you're watching, you're like, why is this thing going fast and slow and fast? I don't know what the fuck's going on. You watch on the screen, dude. It makes you feel like you're gunning it.
Yeah.
When you hit the speed boost, in real life, it's only going like this with the speed boost. But when you hit it, it looks like because you're going so slow, the perspective it gives you. Oh yeah, I'm going around this table. Nope, now I'm gunning it, and I just slammed into the damn table.
I'm sort of shocked that game didn't sell like 20 million. Dude, that's like the perfect freaking pandemic game.
I think it is one of those, like we say it's a perfect pandemic game, but it's really meant to be done in person. You gotta get people together. And the problem with the game is if you only got one, you're only playing single player. You gotta everyone's gotta buy one. And it's
because there was like a Luigi.
Yeah, and it's expensive, and you can only have a limit on how many people can play together. It's one of those that like it's a really cool concept game that isn't really ready for prime time. In an ideal world, you would have with smaller carts, and you can have up to 4 people play.
Yeah,
would have been nice, but they didn't do that. And I understand the bigger carts because let's just be honest, you need big wheels to handle real obstacles in real life. So like you got to use bigger carts for that. So I get it. I think that this is just one of those situations where this would be the kind of thing that they should have. Kind of like in Mario Odyssey, where like you had that mini game on the side where you could like race the car around. They should have this should have been something they released at like the theme parks and stuff like that, and made a big giant obstacle course that like you could maybe like customize a little bit, and then have like just like 16 people go at it in a huge race.
Yep. John also in the chat says my home isn't big enough. Like not everyone set up.
You need a lot of space if you want to do anything cool. Otherwise, it's just a really short track.
My wife wouldn't allow it.
Dude, I went down the stairs. Dude, the biggest course I made started in the basement, and then you go up the stairs and out to my deck, and then down and around the deck and back up. It's back into the house and then back down the stairs, and then you finished in the laundry room. Dude, it was insanely fun.
So cool.
It took up the whole fucking house.
That's something like maybe you could find in like a bargain bin or something.
And what's cool about it too is like this is a real life course. It's like I have a dog. If he's walking around, that's an extra obstacle while you're racing. Yeah. By the way, that I have to deal with that the computer doesn't.
Yep.
I bought 2 of them, but they're both for gifts.
Yeah, it's very, very, very fun. Like it just never gets old.
You can still find them. There's a lot of them in my local Target.
Yeah,
it's such a clever idea. I loved that one.
Yeah, and I mean, it did sell millions. It just didn't sell, maybe as well as Nintendo maybe wanted it to, which is why it didn't get like continual updates and support. But you still play it; it's fine. They just stopped updating at one point. So like they were adding new characters in and new like course themes, and they kind of stopped doing that. But it's fun. It's still fun.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah. I agree.
So
one of those times, and so instead of settling in Smash, we got to settle it in home circuit, baby.
For real.
Then we got Xenoblade Chronicles.
Definitive
in
edition?
2020, definitive.
Yeah, definitive edition. Very good. Added new content to the game.
I did not play that game.
That was a big release.
Yep, they added new content that helped connect the two a bit better.
And then Pikmin 3
Deluxe.
Yeah, Pikmin 3,
Deluxe.
Really glad that came over because I thought that game was going to be left to die on Wii U.
Yeah, it's nice that all the Pikmins are on Switch.
Yeah, Pikmin 3 Deluxe, by the way, at the time was the fastest selling Pikmin game ever.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
And then 4 came out,
and then that broke it,
which took over. So I think 4 passed 3 now. Let me see.
And then the biggest Y on the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, Super Mario 3D All-Stars for a limited time only, and missing Super Mario Galaxy 2.
Yeah.
Why would they do this? They didn't even give it like a cool.
Because they're going to give us Mario Galaxy 2 as a standalone title for Switch.
It could be
But the limited part I'm talking about. Like they didn't even give us a cool like
I agree with you on that.
Championship box. Like it was just a normal release.
Metallic box.
Mario All-Stars wasn't limited, was it, on Super?
It was.
I know it was a pack-in title, but I don't recall if it was. I remember specifically there's a Super Mario All-Stars with the Player's Choice medal on it. So clearly it sold for a long time.
So let's see here.
And if it was limited, it sure as heck wasn't limited like this was. This was super limited.
Yeah, someone before said 10 million. So I guess that's not super limited, but the fact that it even had that is just weird.
Yeah, I think it was just weird how it was announced that it was like, hey, this is going to be a limited time thing.
Yep. I
Like,
agree.
really? Why?
It's super weird. Nintendo's weird. The Godfather hadn't arrived yet. He was somewhere being born.
So 2020, yeah, COVID year, but
Okay.
the
So
right games came out.
So here's what happened with that game. So Super Mario All Stars was originally a packing game, right? That's what people know it as a packing game. But they released a new version of it that included Super Mario World in 1994. That one was limited. That one was only available for 6 months.
With Super Mario World.
With Super Mario World.
I had it. I used to own that game. I loved
Mario
it.
All Stars, just the base game, that was a pack in. So that was just available as long as they kept it packed in. But the Mario World version, that one was only 6 months long. So
Yeah,
that's where they got the whole FOMO thing from, because
Yeah.
they did it with that, and so they did it again.
Yeah, that's what.
By the way, it led to it selling 9 million in like 6 months, so it worked.
Totally worked.
Totally worked. But
2021.
Back with
Big-
the
big
vengeance,
year.
baby. Back with the vengeance. Look at the amount of games compared to
14
every year.
games. Yeah, 14 games. So, yeah, Famicom Detective Club. Now, obviously, Emio just came out this year, but prior to that, the Famicom Detective Club came out, which, is the precursor to Emio.
So is it Emio or Emio?
Yeah, who knows? Suikoden, Suikoden. Who knows? It's whatever we want it to be.
whatever we want it to be.
Super Mario 3D World, Bowser's Fury.
That's my
That was a
game right
huge
there.
release.
That's my game.
The
That was
moment
really
they
good.
added Bowser's Fury, I perked up. That
Yeah.
was good.
Yeah, especially when we saw that, okay, this is going to be substantial.
The best
The
version of
Bowser's Fury.
Bowser. Yeah, the best version of Bowser ever.
Like, this
Ever.
ain't some BS, extra content. Like, this is actual substantial content. So that was cool.
We got to see a Mario Super Saiyan.
And then you have what's this game on the bottom left? Bond.
Oh,
It came out in Japan only. I know. I've talked about it with actually one of my subscribers who actually owns this game that he got from, I think, PlayAsia. I heard it's very good.
Yeah.
Let me see here. That is
Then we had Mario Golf.
Underrated.
So,
Yeah.
do you like it?
I like it. I don't think it was like wacky enough. I think the story mode was kind of but
the story mode pissed me off.
mechanics were good.
They promised it was a Mario RPG.
Yeah, it was not.
They literally said that it was an RPG, and I'm like, oh, this is fucking exciting, and then it totally wasn't. They lied. They literally lied.
Mm-hmm.
Which
made me
sucks
mad.
because
As someone who was a massive fan of the Mario Golf games on Game Boy Color, and those were RPGs, I'm like, cool. And the game even teases you. It starts out exactly like you want it to. You're the character. You go into this tournament. You get your ass fucking kicked. They talk about how there's these leagues, and you want to earn your way to this league and try to win the championship. It all starts out like yes, and then it just never does any of it.
Yeah.
Technically, it is an RPG.
It's all just a tutorial. It's one giant tutorial.
So it's technically an RPG because you are playing the role of a golfer in the
Oh
opening
my
game.
god.
And then
Here's
and
the
then-
argument that everything's an RPG if it's in a video game because you're playing a character.
Yeah, technically.
Well, there was like a shop where you could like buy.
Yeah,
Gloves and
you got experience. You leveled up.
Yeah.
It was useless.
I had fun with it. It
was a
could have
bad
been better.
RPG.
Game sucks.
by the way, the game is Buddy Mission Bond.
It's a
Buddy-
golf game, man. I was
Buddy
playing golf.
Mission, man. That's what I was trying to figure out what that was. Buddy Mission.
Thank you, published. Thank you.
Yeah, I remember that game now. Okay.
Okay, now I gotta say I cannot see what this game is next to Mario Golf.
Parappa the Rapper.
I think
know-
that is the Justice League one.
Okay.
I think that was like the Nintendo published Justice League one. I could be wrong, but that's what it looks because I was trying to find out what that was too.
All right. I didn't play it. Did you guys?
So what
Cosmic Chaos.
What year did that come out?
2021.
21.
Yeah, when you zoom in, it gets pretty blurry. So if I zoom
Yeah.
in more, it's not gonna help. Metopia.
People were really excited that one came back.
Oh yeah, my girls loved the Metopia.
That had a crazy meme maker.
Yeah, dude, the meme maker and that was insane. It's like, man,
Yeah.
why didn't we ever get this?
That was pretty viral for a little bit, and then everyone thought Tomodachi Life was going to come.
Yeah, because it would just made sense to follow it up with that. But
So that game is DC Superheroes Teen Power. DC Superheroes Girls Teen Power.
Yeah.
woohoo!
That's why I didn't play it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure Nintendo actually published that game.
Yeah, it's on their list here. Like they published it.
Yeah, Nintendo published that one. That's why it's there.
Yep.
And then,
Yeah.
this one
Dude.
got me.
The
I worked
game
hard.
that was announced, how many was it in 2006?
Something like that.
Metroid Dread was originally announced in like 2006.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then they canceled it.
Completely canceled. Yeah. And then it shows up. I was like,
Yeah.
holy
Yeah,
shit.
well, they dropped the Metroid V, and you're like, oh, it's Metroid 5. Wait a second. That used to be a different game. Then all of a sudden it drops Dread, and you're like, oh, fuck. They brought Dread back.
That was a really special moment.
Oh, I would, dude. And the game went on to be amazing and get nominated for Game of the Year.
It's the only Metroid I completed.
It's
I still
also
have not played it.
It's also the best-selling Metroid of all time.
I gotta
Yeah.
play it.
At
You
the
gotta
moment.
play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really special. Really special. Because
even
when
that
does that ever
feels cool.
happen with Nintendo? Like
Yeah, very rare.
right?
Yep.
I mean, even games that are announced a long time ago, sometimes they never like come out. Like look at Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
going on 2 decades.
Wow.
Kind of like Star Fox 2 when it came out for the Super
Yeah.
Nintendo Classic. That was cool.
That was such a great inclusion. That was really nice fan service.
Yep.
Then you had WarioWare Get It Together.
Do not buy that one. Buy the other one. It was okay, but it's all right.
It's fine. It's probably the worst in the series, but I mean, it's still fine.
Yeah.
But then you had Skyward Sword HD. And that
How
was
do you guys
nice.
feel about that with the traditional controls?
Fuck the traditional controls. Motion
It's
all the
my
way.
least favorite Zelda game because of that.
God damn it.
I just want to push the button and have Link
Top 5 for me.
sword.
No, because they let you use the right joystick as the sword. I was wondering if you guys like that.
I don't want it.
I love motion. Dude, when the game originally came out on Wii, my favorite combat system in Zelda history. And they butchered it with the control. By the way, I know I'm bitching about that. I want to be fair. I know a lot of people didn't like the motion controls, so like this made it more accessible, and so more people actually got to enjoy the game because of it. Supposedly, I think it actually sold. I think it's one of the few re-releases by Nintendo that actually sold worse than the original release. So, did more people actually enjoy it? I don't know. But what I will say is that I appreciated the game's existence. Obviously, it looks gorgeous in HD. Its art style was always going to look good in HD.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I really love Skyward Sword, and I think it's got the best story in the series, some of the best dungeons in the series, and I love the combat. But that's because I love the motion controls. I wanted the motion control combat to be the future of the franchise. Now, for the popularity of the franchise, it's best that it isn't. But it's still my favorite combat. It just is. Like there was so much potential there if they would have made another one, and I'm sad I'm never gonna see it.
I stopped playing when I went into the first. I think it was a dungeon, and there's like water, and there's like a spider.
Yep.
And then I died, and then that's it. I just turned it off.
I have a good memory of playing it. I was living in San Diego for work, and I was working crazy hours in the restaurant business, managing, and you know, when you're on your feet all day, working 12-hour days, it's just exhausting. When you get home, you're freaking tired. And I remember it was my day off, and I was stretching in the morning, getting ready to go down to basketball. And I had like a side ache, and I was like, that's weird, you know, like
kidney stones.
I just woke up. Got worse throughout the day to where like I was hunched over, like a hunchback, like all the way over. I could like barely walk. I'm like, oh shit. I got to go to urgent care. I got to go see what the hell is going on. Might be dying here or something. So I go. They set me down on a table. I start feeling around, and the doctor takes his like little hammer,
Yeah.
like that you use for
Yeah.
physicals.
Reflexes.
Yeah, he has it on my lower abdomen. He's like, "Oh," he said, "I need to call the ambulance right now."
Oh my god. Appendix?
Yeah, he's like, "Your appendix is about to burst."
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
He's like, "Who drove you here?" I drove myself. He's like, "What?"
It was like Dwight in The Office.
Yeah, I drove myself, man. Like, what do you expect? I'm a man. This is what we do.
I'm a man.
If I'm not dying, I'm gonna drive myself here. And so, anyways,
I'm 40. Wait,
yeah, classic.
I'm not 40 yet. Shh.
So I end up going to get emergency appendectomy, and then I'm off work for a week because I can't be in the restaurant business with the amount of stuff you have to lift, especially at the restaurant I worked at. And so I was like, this is my window, guys, of opportunity to play Skyward Sword. I don't know when I'm going to have a week off ever again in my life. This is how my life was going because
That was a blessing. But that injury, that
it was. So that's why I'll always remember when I played and beat this, because I had the perfect amount of undivided time. I didn't feel rushed. I wasn't exhausted from work. I got to experience it in this like small window in my life. And so I'll always remember that. It was very special, actually. And I did do the motion controls, and it was hard to do considering, I had stitches in me. So I'm like, just on the edge of the couch trying to do it. But damn, it was fun, man. It was a really good time.
We have to watch The Office. Watch The Office with the.
I've seen it.
Oh yeah,
I've seen every episode. I watched it live, baby, live.
Presenting it with.
I lived The Office, man.
Dude, I watch The Office at least twice a year, the entire series, like back from beginning to end. I'm like, you know what? I'm time to rewatch The Office again, and I keep that.
Yeah,
my wife thinks I'm crazy. Like
it's an excellent series.
Yeah.
It's excellent. I love it. What else do we have? We had Mario Party Superstars.
Good game.
That was a good one. Yeah. We still play it.
They should have supported it, but good game.
Yeah.
With DLC.
Yeah, with more boards. I think there's only like what, four or five.
Yeah, it was
better. It was better than Mario Party, the Super Mario Party. But
Oh yeah. But I think the new one is the best.
Oh, the new ones.
I gotta get the new one. Gotta get the new one.
So good.
Oh, it's what these other ones should have been. It's so good. Man.
The two Pokemon games, though, hot take. I loved them.
Which one?
I love the remakes, man.
Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Yuck. Pew.
They are not well liked, but I like them.
I actually
like the originals, though. To be fair,
listen, you know what I liked about them? I like the chibi form of it, like the art style.
I didn't
of
mind
that game.
Yeah,
I had to have people because I told my chat I would beat it on live stream because I hated the original release, and so I got so frustrated. Some guy walked in and was like, "Did you want me just to trade you some level 100s?" And you just plow through. I'm like, "Fuck yes." I never said how I was going to beat it on stream. People got so mad at me for it. I'm like, I don't care. I'm not having fun. I need to get this over with.
Also, 2021 has Brain Age, so that 2019 game is still a mystery. I don't know what the hell that is.
It's Brain Training.
Oh, I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, so that's Brain Training, and then 2021 is the Big Brain, I believe, Academy, right?
Big Brain Academy, yeah.
Yep.
Which was pretty good. I got it.
And then that the Garage game.
Yeah, that one was fun. I hope that I wish that would have taken it off more because people were making really cool games on that.
It's just a game where you like learn how to build garages, right, for your car.
It gives you at least an introduction into coding, which is pretty cool.
I thought Nintendo probably thought that was going to be a bigger game than what it was.
I don't think they thought it was going to be big. Guys, Game Builder Garage is literally just a mode typed out of Nintendo Labo. They were just repurposing a Nintendo. You could build games in Nintendo Labo. They literally ripped it from Nintendo Labo. There was them trying to salvage the fact that Labo failed by taking something unique from it, make you not need Labo anymore.
That playtest game, I think, was made in this.
No, come on now. Guys, I played a bunch of it. It's fine. It's just literally it's the mode ripped out of Labo.
I'm a nerd. I loved it. It's because I like coding too, and I just can't do it.
All right, but 2022 is a banger year.
Dude.
2022 is when we got big. Like there wasn't as many games, but they were big games. All of them. Like not relying on like ports and remasters year.
Earthbound Beginnings, Triangle Strategy.
Oh, we had Mario Strikers Charged.
Yeah, we're not even getting into the third-party games. God, it's so good.
How did everyone feel about that?
I liked Charged.
Battle League?
The gameplay Charged. It was fun. It's fun. Again, all the sports games suffer from this thing where they just don't have a lot of content.
Yeah.
And that's what needs to change. Like Jamboree feels like they finally listened to all the complaints with the recent Mario Party games. Yeah. I'm waiting for them to listen with the sports games. We just put some more content in. You only release like one of each sport per gen. Put some content in these things, man.
I think Battle League is going to age pretty well. Because like I played the GameCube game leading up to this, and that game doesn't really have a ton of content in it. But like the gameplay is good. I think that's what matters. But I see what you say though.
Mm-hmm. Guys, speaking of soccer, did you guys ever play Mega Man Soccer?
No.
Super Nintendo?
Isn't that game like super expensive?
I don't know.
It's a ROM.
It probably is, but great game.
It's a ROM. It's free. Don't worry about it.
I used to rent it a lot back in the day. Great game. And I don't really like soccer. Okay, Kirby, Forgotten Land.
Oh
man, that's the game of the year there. Game of the year.
Now, guys, when you saw the trailer for this game,
yes, I remember.
I got The Last of Us vibes.
Oh, dude, such a good game.
Did anyone else notice that? Like, I know other people on the internet did.
Yeah, there was a little bit of the vibes of The Last of Us just in that trailer, the reveal trailer.
Yeah.
But one thing I knew from the very beginning, because like one thing, like Nintendo tried the isometric pseudo 3D Mario when they did it with like 3D Land and then 3D World. Land, I thought it worked obviously a lot better given the format. World kind of felt like a cop out from being a true 3D Mario game. Still really good. It didn't feel right for Mario in that space. When they showed that style though in Kirby and the Forgotten Land in the opening trailer, I'm like, fuck yeah, for Kirby. For Kirby, this is fucking fantastic. Yeah. And that game delivered. That game,
it did.
Absolutely delivered.
Also, 2021, they did not include new Pokemon Snap. Shame on them.
Yeah, a lot of the third party stuff isn't on, and like we had a lot of third party exclusive. Triangle Strategy is still exclusive.
Yeah.
Octopath Traveler was a timed exclusive for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We had a lot of really.
Yeah, but Kirby was excellent. Arceus was excellent.
Oh, Arceus. Yeah.
Yeah. And thankfully, we're getting Pokemon Legends AZ soon.
Yeah.
Is it AZ
2022?
Yeah, it's Arizona because it's desert themed.
Bayonetta 3, really excellent game. Maybe the worst of the three. Also, performance issue. This is one that felt like we needed Switch Pro or Switch 2 at that point for that game. Really felt like we needed it for that one, but very good game. Sold pretty well. Really hoping that, even though Kamiya is no longer with Platinum, I'm hoping we still get a Bayonetta 4, which I think we will. The director of Bayonetta 3 is still there, so I think we still might get a 4. So
yeah.
Now that you mention it, I feel like 2022 was the year where I think this was the first time me personally, I was like, all right, where's the next system?
Yeah, 2021 was where everybody was like, 2021 was Switch Pro rumor year. That Metroid Dread came out with the OLED. And,
this is 5 years in.
Yeah.
Well, I think also because of Scarlet and Violet and how bad their performance was.
Well, you got to remember, Scarlet and Violet had obviously all of its issues. Arceus played really, really well, but still kind of some low frame rates at times. And also was pretty.
Nothing as bad as Violet.
Nothing as bad as Scarlet Violet. Like once those came out, like anything that felt wrong with Arceus felt like it's not even a big deal. Arceus was also kind of ugly. Didn't visually look that impressive. Not that Pokemon games usually do, but just didn't really look visually impressive. Bayonetta 3 had performance problems. Obviously, Scarlet and Violet were a mess. This was like the year where it kind of felt like, man, because look, I don't know about you guys. I do believe that Switch Pro existed and there was dev kits and got canceled. And I felt like those were like the games that suffered the most from that cancellation.
100%.
Were meant for that, and it would have helped with some of the problems. And
yeah, I agree. Although I'm in the rare, one of the rare ones that never got any issues with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, but don't you think shiny things?
Okay. Just so that I probably didn't see them.
That's probably.
All right, that must be it because goddamn, I had a lot of fun with it.
I played it. My daughter played it. We have fun. Like,
I had a lot of fun with Scarlet and Violet. Like, there's a lot of good.
Oh, I had a ton of fun.
On. But like, dude, I fell through the world like 7 times.
I want that. I want to do that. I'm
in modern game.
I think it's a very good N64 game.
You dig down like Minecraft?
Dude, I had times when like I could literally see that, like I'm riding right through the field and it's going like this. I can literally see each frame load in. I'm like, dude, come on.
The draw distance of the
I didn't have that problem. Like I can't see far.
Chinese because like they didn't pop in until they were like 2 feet in front of me, and I drove by and I tried to turn around and then I couldn't see them.
Yeah, and they got rid of the shiny sound.
Oh yeah, they got rid of the sound, which would have been a big help for that load.
I have never caught a shiny in my life
that you're aware of.
They don't exist.
That you're aware of.
Mike probably has 20 of them.
Vision problems. You might have like 50 shiny Pokemon. I wouldn't even realize they're shiny.
How do you tell them apart?
They're different colors.
Different colors.
At this point, I don't think I.
That's why I say you.
And they sparkle when you throw them out.
Oh yeah. The sparkles like
no. I've never seen anything sparkle unless the sparkles are so small that I can't see them.
Oh, we can't forget that we had what, Splatoon 3 too. That was
Splatoon 3, Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Yep.
And dude, Switch Sports returned to form after what they did on Wii U.
I love Switch Sports.
Yeah, me too. So
they bastardized it on Wii U. That was the one thing they put on Wii U that I was like, man, dude, that was not the way. They split it up as this online, you have to rent to play thing. It was stupid.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You had to like pay money to rent to play for like 3 matches or some shit, or like an hour.
Yeah, that's horrible.
For one sport.
You could get the game outright, but yeah, there was rental.
Yeah, it was so weird.
Like a weekend or something.
Yeah, but then Nintendo Switch Sports, that was a return to form. They continued to add to it. Basketball's in it, lots. It's actually fun. It literally is Wii Sports coming back, baby.
Yep, I play basketball now all the time, like 3-point shoot.
Yeah. It's just legitimately fun.
2023
well.
Live.
A better one.
And don't forget, we had Sparks of Hope.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Sparks. Yeah, I reviewed that. Very good. Not quite as good as the first game, but still really excellent.
Yep. All right. 2023.
My favorite year.
It was a really good year. It could be mine, actually. I think I haven't really thought about my favorite year, but I think it is too, because Metroid Prime Remastered.
Oh, man. It was a good year, dude.
$40 too. Steal.
Crit stealth drop.
Yeah, stealth dropped.
Yeah, man.
After that, Jeff Grubb had to shave his head. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, that game is crazy.
We had Return to Dreamland.
Yeah.
Which I really liked.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Fire Emblem Engage.
I loved Fire Emblem Engage.
Yeah, that was the first month of that was the first game of the month.
Combine that with Metroid, with Zelda, with Mario, with Pikmin 4, and Super Mario RPG. What are we doing? This is like my perfect year.
Yeah, it was the first 5 months was crazy.
Move Animal
the year you got engaged?
Animal Crossing into this year, and it's
Nate, is that the year you got engaged?
No. That would have been cute though.
That'd have been cool.
Except Detective Pikachu looks like balls. Dude, it looks so bad. It looks so bad.
Oh,
Detective
is that a Pikachu?
Yeah, okay. So there's a couple of, like, Detective Pikachu's not that great. I tried. It's not that great. And everybody's one too like the games don't even work.
And then they tried the Bayonetta spin-off.
Like at least 1-2 Switch, like the games worked.
That was
You know, and they were really fun in a group. Like if you got a group of 10 people together, 1-2 Switch could be fun. Everybody's 1-2 Switch. Half the games it doesn't even register correctly. Like, it just doesn't work.
yeah.
I don't know what the game should have just not been released.
That game went to $10 so
Or
fast.
should have been like a free NSO. Like you know how they did some free games in NSO?
Yeah.
That should have been like a free NSO game. Just throw it out there for people that want to try it because we made it. But
Bayonetta, I liked it. I like that. That was a toned down.
Oh yeah. Bayonetta Origins. Yeah.
Bayonetta Origins, Cerveza, something.
It's very good.
Cerveza.
It's very, very good.
They tried to appeal to the cozy gamers.
Yeah. I like the art style was nice and the gameplay was cool.
Yeah. Think about what Bayonetta is, and then think about what this game was doing.
That was more like
polar opposites, but it's still very good.
It is good.
Dude, Mario Wonder and Tears of the Kingdom alone.
Yeah, that's like repeating 2017. Breath of the
Yeah.
Wild and Odyssey. It's like, what ones do you like better? Then you throw Pikmin 4 in there.
But then Mario RPG. It's like, dude, what?
Yeah.
I never thought Mario RPG was coming back. That really caught me.
I never did. That hit me. Like,
Mhm.
I think of all the games that got remade, like that hit me harder than Link's Awakening. Like
for sure.
way harder because I'm like, holy shit! Like this is my favorite Mario RPG.
Had like a remake once,
Super Nintendo, man.
a DX version.
Same thing with Pikmin 4. People were waiting. Dude, that was 10 years in the making, man.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
What? Hey, Pikmin didn't count.
Oh man.
So this is a blueprint for what they need to do with the Metroid. You know,
It's talking about Federation Force.
we got Metroid 4. We need a 2 and 3, and then 4.
Yeah, and then we got 1 and 2 HD, which was nice.
Yeah,
they're good games. They're very good games. 3 to me was the best until 4 came out. 3 just needed, I don't know, like 2 more hours of content. I think 3 would have been perfect, but 4 nailed it. Home run.
for real. I think this is the best year, ever, man.
Like when people ask me like what game, like, man, there's 4 Pikmin games. Which one should I start with? Just go to 4.
Where does Wonder rank in your 2D Mario all time?
My favorite 2D Mario was Mario 3 from NES, right?
Yeah.
This literally it came tied. I'll say tied because I had the same.
Wow. Okay.
It came to a point where like, wow, Nintendo really. First thing, they broke the mold. I love the fact that they took their time with this game. Like they had no release, they just have fun, and so that why they built it around music. I love music. I've been doing music all my life, so they built it using music, and the fact that it gave us so many vibes of Mario 3, right? It was just amazing and beautiful. I wish the only thing I wanted was the power up, the one that in Mario 3 with the one with the little tail, the what do you call the raccoon?
Raccoon tail.
The Tanuki suit. Yeah.
To me, that would have been perfect. But man, Mario Wonder is out of the side-scrolling Marios, top, man, crazy.
So Mario Wonder for me, at the time when I beat it, I'm like, dude, this is awesome. This is like my favorite, side-scrolling Mario. But I also, when I said that, I was like, I gotta remember recency bias. Like my favorite ones before, I just haven't played with it. Like Super Mario World was my favorite. It just edged out 3. And I played all the other ones too, and they're fine. They just weren't as good. And then I went back and replayed World. Didn't beat it. Don't have to beat it. I had beaten it a bunch of times.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, nah, all right. World's still number 1. But it's like right there. It's like right there. It's like just under Mario World for me. Like it's and the fact that Nintendo was even able to get back to that level with the side-scrolling Mario, like I didn't think about. I'm talking about games from the 90s.
Yeah.
Like they've had a lot of side-scrolling Mario since then, and none of them like came close to me until Wonder. Like
They've all played it safe.
It was like return to form.
Best soundtrack of any Mario game to me, even 3D combined. Best soundtrack when it comes to the music. It's incredible.
It's really good. Yeah.
It is really good. But yeah, that's I think, and that's what Mario Wonder will always remind me of, especially if we start to see more side-scrolling Marios like it in the future.
Yeah,
just a return to form, to greatness for a side-scrolling Mario, instead of just making one to make one because it makes money.
Yeah, and what also made it great was that before that we were stuck with that new Super Mario for the longest, right?
Oh my
And
God,
the first
yeah.
time they gave Mario life and expression, like when he went in the pipe and he came out, like he grabbed his hat or he like
Yep.
looking out before he came out, his expressions. I know it's sad because this guy, I forgot his name again. God. Mario voice actor
Chris
what? Chris Pratt?
Pratt.
Not Chris no. No, not Chris Pratt. My God.
Oh, Charles
Yeah,
Martinet.
Charles Martinet. My God, how did I forget that?
Martinet,
Charles
yeah.
Martinet, this is when we found out that he didn't, he was not let go, but he kind of, the Nintendo kind of kicked him to the curb and called him a thing. And that was Nintendo. And I can tell you why they do that, but not time for that. But it was kind of bittersweet there. But then when I actually played the game, heard the soundtrack, and all that stuff, the levels, the creativity of the levels where all the piranha plants are actually singing, and you have to move to the beat or whatever. Man, they really went all out. It was awesome.
All out, baby. It was a great year. I really enjoyed it. And Mario RPG, obviously.
Yeah, man.
Just
This year, though.
So, Princess Peach Showtime.
Mid.
I played and reviewed it.
I didn't play it.
I think it's great for kids.
Yeah.
It's great for kids.
My kids want more than that game has. And my kids are getting a little older, so maybe for like little kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it was cool though. The presentation of it was really
I
really
like
nice.
the art style. Like that's a cool thing. I love being on a stage and all that. It's neat.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mario Party Jamboree. Mario and Luigi just came out.
Yep.
It's actually 12:30 a.m. in my time zone. So
Mario vs. Donkey Kong. I
Yeah.
played and reviewed that, and I enjoyed that game.
Yeah, it's a good game. I was glad to see that come back.
I was too. I played it on GBA when it came out as well. Fun.
Mario what? Which one is it?
Mario vs. Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I like that game. I played it. It's fun.
That's upset we didn't talk more about Tears of the Kingdom. It's my favorite game of all time.
Yeah, I mean,
you know how many times I've talked about Zelda on the podcast?
For real.
what's there to say?
Really talking for like hours.
Yeah, it's excellent.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
We
Like,
love it. We've talked so much about it, though. Yeah.
I haven't played it since I beat it the second time. And I'm not gonna play it again to Switch 2 because I want to play it again on Switch 2. I'm trying to get my brain to forget everything.
I have not 100%ed it yet. I might wait for Switch 2 to do that. We'll see.
Yeah, right.
I'd love to see it perform better on Switch 2.
Yeah, there's any sort of boost.
Yeah,
I'm all in.
I think so. I think there will be something.
I will say the building takes me out a little bit, but I think
Don't do it.
I can look past that because the caves are amazing.
When I beat the game, I only build it when necessary.
Sometimes I just turn it on just to build stuff and just have fun. And
I like it for the puzzles.
I would build like a rocket ship, put a Korok on it, and just gonna.
I build a bit more once I beat the game because like, hey, I wanted to kind of do it without building a ton because you could cheese a lot of stuff with the building.
Yeah.
And like I will say this, the building stuff adds a lot of replayability. Like you do a lot of crazy things.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's your Tears of the Kingdom talk.
There you go.
There you go.
We had another Code Recollection.
It's a good game.
Have not played.
Actually, 2 games.
I don't recollect.
Yeah, I was wondering.
It's good. It's good. Got to be into those kind of games, but they're good.
Luigi's Mansion 2 now in HD.
Lazy.
Did not pick it up.
High definition, guys.
Did not get it.
Did not remotely look appealing to me.
720p.
Someone who beat Dark Moon, it did not look appealing to me.
And judging by the sales numbers we saw earlier, it didn't do like crazy.
Like they probably thought it would get a boost from 3, and it really didn't because it's not even close to as good as 3.
You're going back, you know.
Makes me wonder if we're gonna get 1 now.
Yeah,
because of 2 sales
on NSO. That's my.
Oh yeah.
If they drop a full remake,
I hope they do, just so we can have.
I think it could do okay because like 1's really really good. It's got a lot of personality.
Yeah, 1 is a classic.
But we'll see if that ever happens.
And then the one I thought would never happen.
Same. 1,000-year door. Like
No,
what the heck?
Crazy.
The moment they did Super Mario RPG, I thought the door was open for 1,000-year door, but I was like, yeah, on the next system.
Well, what was weird is we
6
got
months later.
yeah, that was the thing is that we went from Mario RPG in November 23 to Paper Mario in April.
That was surprising. Yeah.
That was shocking.
Dude,
like
that was
what?
the best Nintendo Direct
And
ever.
then Brothership, dude.
Yeah.
Brothership,
Yeah. Crazy, man.
That
That
was
is-
the best Direct ever.
So
an interesting-
three Mario RPGs
In
every
less
6
than-
months.
Yeah.
We got like 6 Mario Universe games because we count Princess Peach.
Yeah, they've been hitting the Mario universe
November,
last year.
November, April, November.
Yep.
Been very reliant on Mario. It's almost like they're saving their franchises for something else.
Yeah, Mario Wonder, WarioWare is Mario RPG is Mario is Donkey Kong, Princess Peach, Paper Mario, Luigi's Mansion.
The more I look at like this year, like obviously we had like I'm looking at this. My favorite game of all the ones that are on this list is Echoes of Wisdom, right? Like it's no doubter for me because I'm a huge fan.
yeah.
It's actually really good.
I love it. Yeah.
But like that game, 1,000-Year Door, and then the Famicom Detective Club, Emio the Smiling Man. Those are like my 3 best games in this out of like this group of all the games. Like for me, that just personally, like some people might love, Endless Ocean Luminous or something, or maybe you're really into the NES World Championship edition stuff. Like maybe and Mario and Luigi, by the way, a lot of people are gonna love Mario and Luigi. I already know that. There's gonna be a ton of people that love it. I haven't played it yet, so I can't pass any judgment on it. But I mean, 2024 to me just feels kind of like a weak year. Like I'm happy that we got content because Nintendo usually in a transition year has no content. So we got something every month, which is awesome.
year.
This is a very like fan service year.
It's a breather year. It's a breather year because after 2020, 3 was incredible, right? With all these games.
Yeah.
This year's like, okay, take a deep breath.
Like you're getting remakes.
Well, yeah. Well, here's the thing. I don't want to complain about what we got because in the end, we know Switch 2 is coming. And most of the time when we know that, like when Nintendo's actually announced the next platform is coming, they pretty much just stop putting games out. So they didn't do that this time. So I'm very happy they kept the ecosystem alive, kept games coming out. You can see in their sales data, like none of these games are selling like that crazy well. Maybe Echoes of Wisdom is selling okay. It sold 2.58 in 5 days. We don't know what it sold after those 5 days. Did it continue to sell well or did the sales stop? We don't know.
Jamboree should sell well.
Jamboree is one that should be a 10 million plus seller based on Mario Party history. Should be. Will it? Don't know because Superstars sold significantly less than Super Mario Party. So is this going to sell significantly less than Superstars? Like if people kind of worn out on Mario Party at this point in the Switch's life, we'll see. I'm really hoping though that it gets a huge holiday push and ends up selling 10 million plus. That's one, it deserves it, and I want it to be the future of Mario Party. I want them to see that people want this.
My thing with Mario Party is what this is the 3rd Mario Party for the Switch, right?
Yeah.
I think that
they do like 2 to 3 like every.
They should just do one at the beginning of the Switch life cycle and continue to update it with new boards
like DLC and stuff.
Yeah. Instead of just and I think that'll increase its sales and make it a Mario Kart.
Yeah, make it like a Mario Kart where it's just constantly updated.
I mean, they used to do this with the GameCube though. They released one every year. They literally released one like every like.
This is like actually less than they used to do, but I think that
I think 4. They released 4 of them on the GameCube.
Wow. Yeah, I think the problem is like with Mario Party is if you just do new boards, I don't know that that's enough to get people to keep coming back because the gameplay in Mario Party can often get stale. The more you play of it, like just putting on a new board doesn't suddenly make the game play better. And that's why they would release multiple versions of it because there would be new gameplay mechanics with each version. So like that's really what makes you want to buy it because now like you got new mechanics that make it more interesting. And so unlike Mario Kart, where Mario Kart's just the base gameplay is so infinitely fun that you just need new tracks.
couldn't they update mechanics with each update?
But then the old boards might not work anymore.
Well, they would update
Like
them.
Jamboree has like 3 or 4 exclusive modes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Superstars, there's no motion control at all.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
the first one's like all motion control. So they're very different. But
Yeah. I'm with Mike. I'm not saying this isn't doable. I always thought Super Mario Party was going to get DLC, and they didn't do that. So
yeah.
So I don't know. It's obviously up to Nintendo what they want to do with the future of this franchise. Here's the thing: the Mario Party franchise is huge.
Yeah.
It does really well. That's why they keep making them. So, but Jamboree is like right now peak. This peak Mario Party to me.
But dude, that's a solid 7 years, man.
Yeah.
Very, and I'm glad we had a wind down this year.
Yeah.
This is what we wanted.
We're about to get slammed next year.
I want it to have games, but not too many. I want it less than the other years. We talked about this on the podcast. We didn't want this year to be crazy because we want it for the next console. We understand that you can't
every
keep
big game that comes
releasing
out,
bangers.
yeah, but this could be on the next system and be even better.
Exactly. So I think we got a good showing. We got the fan service. The 1,000-Year Door was fantastic. Mario and Donkey Kong was great. I had a lot of fun with Nintendo World Championships because these are all the games I grew up playing. So I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I played it at my friend's house. I don't own it. It's fun. It's appealing. I get it. It's just could have been more. Could have been.
I think 2026 is probably set up to be a huge year. Like 2025, they're gonna have some launch stuff, but I don't think they're gonna like flood it. 2026, dude. Like, look at 2018. Look how many games, dude. Like,
Nate, so I sent you a link here, a link that represents us Nintendo fans. If you want to show it, it's nothing bad.
Well, who's picking up Brothership
But
tomorrow?
It literally represents Nintendo fans with the Switch.
I'm confused. I don't even know what I'm gonna. You know what? I'll play it for you guys. I don't know what I'm looking at right now. This to me makes no sense on what I'm looking at, but maybe it'll make sense to everyone else.
All right, I'm gonna stop screen sharing if you're gonna play this.
Yeah. It just plays it's a Mike Odyssey short. So he's self-advertising, so he thinks this is clever. So let's see what happens.
Damn.
You need some audio because audio kind of goes with it.
Okay, here. I'll unmute the audio. Hold on.
What?
All right, watched it on repeat. I'm good. I literally still don't get it. The audio didn't make it better.
All right, it's a cat asking for food. He gets the entire fish, and he's like, he's eating well. He's eating very well.
It's probably because I don't like cats.
For a little kitten.
No. I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, we've been eating well, like very, very well.
Yeah.
This generation's been we've been very well fed this year. Obviously, a little bit less, but still a game every month. Even though some lesser titles, even for Zelda, like it's not the big 3D, but it's a really nice top-down Zelda game. But next year, I think we're going to get actually a number of big games next year because we already have 2 that we know are coming to Switch alone.
Yeah.
There's going to be a big launch game for sure, a big holiday game for sure. I think Nintendo is probably going to still have, probably at least one other big game and some smaller ones for Switch too because Nintendo, again, when they release their games, certain ones they know are evergreen. So like you want them out early. You want them out as early as possible in the gen to sell the most copies. That's why I think next year, dude, I think we could get 3D Mario and Mario Kart.
Yeah.
I think that's going to happen next year.
You know what? I think was going to be the most impacting thing about Switch 2 at the beginning? Third-party support. When they announced Call of Duty coming to Switch.
Well, I mean, even though we all know, we know, but I don't think people who play Nintendo that aren't as in tune as like content creators know. Like I'm not. By the way, guys, you guys watch it. If you're someone who watches the Nintendo channel, you are more in depth on Nintendo than most people that play Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
General consumers are not aware that Call of Duty has a 10-year contract with Nintendo. They just don't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't at all.
Like we all know it's coming. It's contractually coming.
Yeah.
But general consumers have no idea. So that reveal is going to be really huge for the general consumer base. And pretty much like I think a lot of the big third-party games will just be big. Like having a definitive edition of Elden Ring, that'll be a really huge and that'll be a really big get. And by the way, we don't know that for sure. Obviously, we're just kind of assuming From Software is on the list. Just saying. Nintendo put it on the list.
Like
I don't think it's just because they're reminiscing on Dark Souls Remastered like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
No, I think we're gonna get some software from them.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, there is a bridge. There is a bridge, even though small. There is a bridge between Sony and Nintendo, and Sony. If they are smart, they want to revitalize their Spider-Man franchise. They could drop Spider-Man 1 and Miles Morales on Switch 2.
By the way, Mike, I'm really sorry that I didn't understand your short.
What?
My mind is so all over the place. Right now.
Well, you're a monster that doesn't like cats. That's why.
I hate cats, so I'm a monster.
You don't gotta apologize for that.
Hey, we bought a new car. There's some damage on the inside. What's the damage from? The previous owner had a cat.
I believe you have to take a shot.
I do, because there was one $5 super chat in. By the way, guys, as we get to these Q&A part, you guys are super chatting your questions. We have a couple things to get to right now. That's it. It'll be super quick right now unless you guys get some questions in through super chats. You don't have to do $5 for that. Just $2 to get your question in. If you do $5, I have to do a shot. We do have one here I got to get to. But first, we had a $2 one in from Khalil Bafil saying, boom, Mike, January announced, May release.
Let's do it.
I'll take that. I'd prefer like January announced, April release, but I mean, I gotta wait for May. I can handle that. Once it's announced, I think I can pretty much handle anything at that point, unless they tell me 2026.
Sunshine 2 for the summer.
If they go March reveal, 2026 release, I'm gonna be like, well, fuck. Like that would not be good. I would not want that. But you know, if you go off traditional Nintendo, that would be what it is. But I don't think this is traditional anymore. Nothing Furukawa's doing traditionally. Built different. Thanks for the $2. Here's the $5 one I gotta do a shot for. Taker610 saying, I think one last thing in next June's direct. Next June, we're fast forwarding to the direct after the rumored direct. All right, will be the first teaser for the next mainline Zelda game.
Ooh.
So I talked about
seems soon.
So I've talked about how I think there's going to be a remaster next year or a remake of some type for Zelda, because they kind of get something Zelda out every year. Could just be Wind Waker or Twilight Princess. Could be what a lot of people hope it would be, like an Ocarina of Time remake. Don't know if that's happening, but if it is, that would be kind of cool, especially for Switch 2. And that could be a really big get in year one for Switch 2. Also gives you that massive Zelda combined with the Marios, like in 2017. That'd be cool. But I did speculate that, like, if it's just like a Wind Waker or Twilight Princess or something like that, and they reveal it in June, 4K version or 4K Breath of the Wild or whatever, like we already technically know exists, but we don't know if it's ever going to release. What could ease like a 4K Breath of the Wild announcement for some people to be like, really? Do we need it? We have backwards compatibility. Already runs at a little bit better frame rate. Do we really need this 4K version? Would be, yeah, okay, we got 4K Breath of the Wild this year, but we dropped that 2014 style teaser for the next Zelda game. Because Zelda is one of those franchises that they do tease years ahead of time. It's one of the few games Nintendo doesn't wait till like the year of release. You might go, oh, Echoes of Wisdom. Okay, I'm talking about the big 3D Zeldas. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Look at the history of them. They've all been teased years before they come out.
They're gonna want a mainline one within the first few years of the new system.
Yeah.
Too.
2027 called it.
Like, I think it's coming out in 2028 personally, but I do think they want to let people know it's coming, like ASAP. Like that's why I'm like June could happen, because I don't think they want to wait till 2026 to tell people it's coming. There's gonna be a lot of hardcore Nintendo fans want to know it's happening.
I can tell you exactly what's gonna happen, because right after the Legend of Zelda movie comes out and it's already in theaters and it's out there, that movie is gonna bring in brand new fans, making it the perfect time to launch a new Zelda game. So 2027.
Yeah, 2028. I agree.
I disagree.
It'll be a holiday movie. We'll release an early 2028
movie. No. It's gonna be an April movie.
Nah. It'll be October.
gonna be a Christmas
Halloween.
What about a summer blockbuster?
Yeah, Zelda movie is going to be darker than the Mario, man. They're not looking for bright spring days.
It's gonna be an Easter movie.
An Easter. Nah, I'm going October. Stick with that.
Disagree.
That's fine. It's not like we know. We don't have any. There's not even a rumored, like month or whatever for that movie yet. There will probably be eventually. It's obviously, they're getting to the point they're actually going to make the damn thing. So
yeah.
Cool. That's it. I mean, just to clarify here, anyone else think this is happening?
What's happening?
A Zelda brand new, not top, but like the big 3D Zelda getting teased next year.
I think because of what we heard this year from how they are using Grezzo, more into the games. They have the engine already. They built this Echoes of Wisdom using the same engine as a Link's Awakening. Why not continue that? With Links of the Past, or maybe some of the other older games. Like I know a lot of people are talking about the Oracle Season and Ages, right?
Mm-hmm.
That could be a two-pack game that come maybe together or whatever, in the same kind of engine. So I think Nintendo. Next year we got one. This year we got one. Last year, hold up, we got one last year. So this will be a third year with the Zelda game if it comes out next year.
Gosh, we were just looking at the list.
Yeah, last year was Tears of the Kingdom.
Like some Zelda every year. Cadence of Hyrule was one year.
Yeah, but that wasn't Zelda. That was a collab, right?
That's still.
But you also had Hyrule Warriors.
Hyrule Warriors. Well, yep.
Which wasn't on that graphic, but
that's the Calamity War one.
Age of Calamity. Yeah.
Age of Calamity. Yeah.
I think it was was that the 2020, right?
Yeah.
I think.
I think if we get a Zelda game, it's gonna be like maybe not. I don't know. I say we're not getting.
It might be a spin-off or like a Breath of the Wild expanded or something like a 4K maybe.
By the way, if they do a 4K Breath of the Wild, which we like at this point we know it existed, we have the code name for it, and there's that rumor about it being a demo back at Gamescom for select developers. I feel like if it comes, which I'm fine if it comes, by the way. I mean, technically the game's gonna be over 8 years old by the time it comes. That actually doesn't feel that bad to put out like a remaster. I will say that, although for me, I think remaster should always be at least 10 plus, but whatever.
Yeah.
All they need to do to convince me to buy it isn't just about the 4K or the 60 FPS. I expect that. If they give me a new ending to the game that explains plot holes. Like they tease at the end of Breath of the Wild, we got to go off to Divine Beast, Varuta, there's a problem. Never know what that problem is. Never know what happened to the Divine Beast. You can literally add an entire extra 10 hours to the game just going through what actually happens post Breath of the Wild that leads into you and Zelda running off to figure out what the hell's going on and in Tears of the Kingdom. You could have a whole thing lead into Tears of the Kingdom like that.
You mean like when Calamity Ganon or that mist thing took over the beast?
Nate just had no emotion. Dude, I'd be burnt out, man. We got Breath of the Wild, we got Tears of the Kingdom, which is same engine, same map.
All right,
we got another one in
all they got to do is let you transfer in your current save data, so you can just start at the new content.
Listen, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say they're gonna do something different with Zelda. They're gonna give us a 2D, 3D style Legend of Zelda game, like the first one, but in 2D, 3D style, like they're doing what do you call that other game?
Zelda Fitness Boxing.
No, I'm thinking the Link's Crossbow.
You know the 2D, 3D style. What 2D, 3D game are we getting?
Link Between Worlds?
No, the one we're getting now.
Where they were like. They show the camera angle, your perspective looks great. You look at it head on, they're all out
top down.
Is it?
Are you talking about triangle strategy?
Isometric?
I'm talking about triangle strategy.
That's HD 2D. That's HD 2D.
What did I say?
You said 2D 3D. I'm like like, I'm not. There's not too many games that you would call 2D, 3D. Those are opposing ideals.
Kind of like a 3D world with the 8-bit little characters, just like the I forgot what's this game that's coming out like now. You guys
Like
gonna
Dragon Quest?
Dragon Quest, yeah, with that same art style, but with the Legend of Zelda.
HD 2D.
That's HD 2D.
HD2D.
Yeah, that.
I love it.
It's a very well loved art style, but yeah, that's
Love it.
Dude, that in the Oracle games? Oh my
Mm.
god. That'd be great.
I mean, I think
You
that
do Zelda 2 with that shit. I'll take it.
that art style is taking off now, right? It's going to be
It's been taken off. It's
It
very
has.
popular.
Octopath Traveler really popularized it.
Yeah,
It's
When that
very
came out.
popular. Gamers love it. I'm sure we'll eventually get sick of it when everything does it, but I know a lot of things have been using it, but it's so good.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I still want Chrono Trigger
It's a
HD.
great way to
2D.
model. It's a great
Oh
way
my
to
God.
Earthbound.
Yeah.
Yes, Chrono Trigger would be great.
Dude.
Chrono Trigger and Earthbound,
Chrono
great
Cross?
candidates for it.
Yeah.
Did you like Chronos Cross?
Did I?
Yeah.
Chrono Cross.
Yeah. I mean,
I think
Chrono Trigger is
Chronos-
obviously
Chronos.
better.
To me, it was Chronos.
So good.
Chrono Trigger is goated.
Yeah.
Hey, who's going to be boarding the brother ship tomorrow?
Now,
Today,
well,
today.
I don't want to say not me because I'm about to send Nintendo a request and they might just send me a copy. I forgot to request it.
Mhm.
So they might send me. If they don't, I'm not buying it day one.
I'm not getting it day one either. I'm gonna wait on it.
By the way, it's not because I don't think it's going to be a good game. I played every single Mario and Luigi. And I am going to play this one. It's just, it doesn't really get me going. Like I'm not like excited about it. If I'm
Kind
not
of like RPG'd out with Mario.
Yeah, like I've done so many RPGs with Mario at this point, and this one, while it's new and it's not like revisiting an old like the last two that I played, it's still just kind of like I'm just not excited. You know what I mean? If I'm not excited, then I don't want to spend day one money on a game.
Look what IGN did to him.
It's not IG. I didn't even read that one. I actually think it's got like 80 on Metacritic. It's good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was like excited when it initially came up during the direct, but then like as they advertise more and more of it, it's not that I think the game looks bad. Heck, Yulia might be day one in this shit tomorrow. My fiance, she will finally watch the trailer and she's like, "Oh fuck yeah!" I'm like, "All right, then get it, or I'll get it for you, whatever." But I just personally, I'm just kind of like, I don't know. It just doesn't get me going.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it.
I am going to buy it. I am going to play because I've beaten the whole series. So why?
Yeah, I'll get it eventually, but
I think I would just wait for like a discount, or if I happen to like buy a voucher next year to get like
2 games.
like if Prime 4 isn't coming to Switch 2, okay, cool. Then I'll use the voucher and get it on Switch, and then maybe I'll toss in Mario and Luigi with that.
But it is coming to Switch too.
We don't know that.
Backwards compatibility.
IGN,
Hey, damn it!
guys,
You just made me open Cortana. God damn.
I hope everyone knows this in chat too. So IGN USA gave it a 5. IGN Spain gave it a 9. IGN Benelux, whatever that is, gave it a 8.5. IGN Adria gave it a 9. And IGN Italy gave it a 7.5.
They're crossing the whole scale, baby.
I wonder how much water is in the game. Maybe that's
Yeah, IGN US just too much
Not
water.
that much water. This is a lot of trees.
it.
As you're driving a island boat that drags islands in water.
Isn't it? Yeah, it's like
I'll get it eventually, but yeah, this isn't a day one for me. But I am excited. I like the Mario Luigi.
You guys are gonna miss out on those pre-order
I am
bonuses.
gonna say this. I know I am gonna say I actually did read the IGN 5 review. I still don't know how he gave it a 5 just based on what they said about it.
What are the
I don't
pre-order
either.
ones?
But I read it, and like the thing is, I saw a lot of people making fun of the IGN because there are a lot of content creators making fun of the 5. Which, by the way, that's fine when they bring up really ridiculous stuff, but none of us have played the game, so like we don't really know how ridiculous the takes are.
Mhm.
But I read the review and I was like, okay, well, this person, it's a 5. The review didn't seem that bad. It seemed like the critiques they had, that's just their personal things. They don't like these certain things about the game. It's one of those things that like when people say, why? Because someone says, hey, you could have made a video about that. I'm like, but I don't think that it was that big of a deal. The guy gave it a 5. I think it probably should have been like a 6 based on what he said, but it's whatever. It's his opinion, and the review didn't seem ridiculous to me. Like, it didn't seem like he said anything stupid. Like,
That's how I felt.
Played the game, and he had
Well,
like
look, we're talking about him.
well, he had real opinions that I just because you don't agree with it because you love the franchise, and other people disagree with it and gave it higher scores. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the thing, guys, is that reviews are subjective,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like when you buy a product. If you're researching a product that you want to buy, I always look at reviews and I look at it from multiple different places. I watch multiple different videos before I make a purchase, especially if it's a big purchase, right? You're always going to do multiple reviews and research yourself. It's no different. They gave it a 5, so what? Someone else gave it a 9. Bottom line is, if you're interested in the game, you got to find out for yourself. You know what I mean? We're all going to have different opinions.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's the thing. Like, when I saw the 5, I was like, oh man, I saw content creators making videos. I'm like, oh man, this must be one of those ridiculous situations where they said a bunch of things that are just like, you just played the game wrong or like didn't pay attention to tutorials or something. Then I read it, I'm like, oh no, this is all like legit complaints. I don't really see what the problem is. Because by the way, guys, I have a history of like tearing down reviews that clearly just don't know what they're doing. There was a Skyward Sword review by was it a GameSpot back in the day. And the guy swore that the controls were just broken. They just don't work, right? They just absolutely 100% don't work. And I'm like, did this guy pay attention to the tutorial? Because like the tutorial, this isn't one of those tutorials you can just skip. This is all new. You have to actually know what so he came in, he went on I was leaving him alone. And then he went on a podcast because I'd already played the game, right? He went on a podcast and he's like, so I'm trying to shoot the bow. Watch me try to shoot the bow. He points the Wiimote at the screen. Look how fucking broken this is. I'm like, you're joking, right? Oh, you fucking joking? Hold on a second. Yeah, I made fucking fun out of that fucking review. I'm like, this is the worst fucking review of a game I've ever seen in my goddamn life. He gave it like a fucking 2. And I'm like, dude, you didn't even pay attention to the story. That's not how you shoot the fucking bow. Like, you don't know what the fuck you're doing, man. You can't bitch about something when you're not. Well, it needs to play the way I wanted to play. This isn't Twilight Princess Wii, motherfucker. It's not waggle and point.
Mm-hmm.
Goddamn, it's actual motion controls. This bow concept isn't even new. We had it in Wii Sports Resort. It's the same concept.
Which pre-order bonus are you getting?
I was so mad about that.
The socks.
I got Best Buy, so I got the enamel pins.
The brother pin set.
Are they made out of bone?
Are they made out of what?
Enamel? They're made out of bone?
Yeah, I think they're
We gotta
what was it 18 karat gold.
Shit.
Enamel.
Oh, that's a nice.
Isn't enamel like something for your teeth?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, that's too. There's multiple. Okay, this is English. We're gonna do English. One word can mean 20 things. All right. Well, that's gonna do it for this week's episode of the Nintenbyte Podcast. Already way later than I ever wanted it to go, but you know what? It's one of those weeks. All right, guys. We'll be back next week. No idea what we'll be talking about because I have no idea what's gonna happen. Probably some brothership, maybe a little bit. Might have a little bit of that in here. All right, guys. See ya next week.
Never give up, Johnny.
Oh wait! Oh fuck, Mike. You guys got to talk about your channels. God damn it, Mike. What are you going on? Where can they find you?
Hey, hi.
It's been a long stream.
Enamel.
That's where they can find you in your enamel.
Oh, you can find me at the Odyssey Monday through Friday. Nintendo News. I have a brand new live show around noon, 12:55 ish, called Nintendo Live Report. I report the news live there, and then in the afternoon I try kind of like putting it like an edited version in the afternoon. Trying that because of course eyesight problems, editing taking a lot of time. So I'm trying something new called Nintendo Live Report. I go every day live around noon to 1 p.m. around that time. Report the news and then of course answer your questions. It's only like an hour stream per day. Got that going. What else? I have an interview on the channel with Way Forward Games. I met with them 2 weeks ago, and it's on there now. If you want to
I watched it.
yeah, grab a snack, get a drink, watch it. They have a lot of interesting things to say. They drop some exclusive information about, stuff. And you can leave a comment and win a copy of Riverside City Girls 2, which I have a whole bunch of codes.
Ooh,
It's
a good game.
Yeah, it's there. And you can follow me at Y2K. That happened.
Mike also has a podcast every Friday.
Oh yeah, Monday. Not
Sorry,
Monday
Mike. I'll remind you of your own content.
Nate knows you better than you know yourself.
Monday nights. Friday night at 8:30, Nintenbyte Podcast with Paul Gale Network, Joycey J. You guys know
losing it.
Huh?
It's an hour later for him than it is me. He's losing it.
Yeah, yeah. It's actually 2:00 right here. Actually, 1:00.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're losing it. You think it's 2 hours ahead of me?
Why am I holding this?
And then TED Talk. What you got going on, man?
Yeah, you can follow me everywhere at Nintendo Talk. I will not be playing Brothership Day 1. But I will be streaming some cozy games. Starting.
Yeah.
And also I do have a podcast as well, the Slow Burn podcast every Wednesday. It is out audio only, pretty much everywhere though. So
Hell yeah. Just like this show you can find everywhere. Thunderstash. You just dropped a review, didn't you?
Yeah, I dropped Silent Hill 2 remake 2 days ago. And then I'm working on Retro Realms, Halloween, and Ash vs. Evil Dead. I beat the game. And I'm just in the editing. I should have that. I'm hoping tomorrow. I'm hoping I'll have it posted tomorrow so I could jump right into Brothership. I'm picking that up tomorrow at Best Buy. As long as they don't drop the ball. You just never know. You never know with Best Buy. It happens all the time. Also reviewing Sonic X Shadow Generations. It's busy right now. There's a lot of games. So
never been happier that Nintendo doesn't have a lot going on.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, for real.
All right, guys. I'm Nintendo Prime. You know what's up. We cover news every single day. Lots of Switch 2 stuff. Going to be lots of Switch 2 stuff coming up in the future as well as we get closer and closer to reveal. And obviously, post-reveal, we finally get to talk about games and shit. Who knows what other news? Maybe Nintendo's got more surprises for us this week. Maybe they don't. I have no idea. Couldn't tell you what my video is tomorrow because I don't fucking know. What I do know is this show is here live, 8 p.m. every single Wednesday. We got some banger guests lined up. We got Summer Nation coming back on here in about a month. We got Rogers Base coming on, Paul Gale coming on, probably some other people as well. Nintendo Talk hopefully back on every single fucking week till he tells me he's bailing on the one Halloween special we have. We gotta wait a whole fucking year for another one. I'm just kidding.
In that case, if somebody drops off,
he's sick, of course. I don't get mad at people. I'm actually not mad at it. You have family shit. It is what it is, man. Yeah. We all got shit going on. Yeah. One of these days, maybe, you know what? Here's the thing. I got that new car. I love it so much when I'm in it.
Does it have this new car?
I actually debated on joining the podcast just in it from my phone. Just in the car. You're like, I don't know how I'm gonna set this up with a good microphone, but
you can. No, actually, you can with the iPhone. You can because it has that feature where you can turn off the microphone, like if it was like a studio mic, and it actually enhances your audio.
Yeah, I know, but I got to figure out like how I'm gonna run the microphone in there because I want to bring my computer out there. Then I got a problem. I got a problem if I'm running a computer.
Stream from the phone.
Also, everyone, Nintendo's Twitter tomorrow. Stay tuned.
Also,
wait, whoa.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I forgot to say.
He's like, shit, he's got inside sources. Look out.
That was just a little something to help you guys sleep tonight.
We got the next Fioro.
Forgot to mention I'm giving away my Nintendo Switch Lite Zelda edition with the 12 months of space or whatever.
And space. Watch your back, Mike.
Mike's got to go to bed.
It comes with a rental unit.
Away the Nintendo Switch.
Mike's going to rest up for his live stream tomorrow.
With the 12 gigabytes of space. And I'm also giving away
12 gigabytes of space.
And
you already preloaded some games on that son bitch?
Echoes.
Has 2 gigs of space.
Yeah, so maybe a half gig of space, enough for your like one save in a game.
It does drift.
Echoes of the wisdom.
Becomes pre-drift. Just already been drifting.
With echoes of wisdom.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. You guys have a good night.